a douche, she's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to Douche, she's the one to blame. Same. It leads back to Douche, she's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to Douche, she's the one to blame. Conroe's about to go to jail. Gigi's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shutter kept making meth. No man stopped donating to Peanuts death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to Douche, she's the one to blame. Leads back to Douche, she's the one to blame.
I am a victim.
Guys, can we please get some green hearts in chat for No Name? No Name just made it, so the goal has been reached. The goal so I can get my computer diagnosed has just been reached. Absolutely.
Hi there, hi campers. How are we? I'm not expecting a big crowd tonight. I didn't know Charlie was going live, but there's been updates and I want to finish off what we started yesterday. Yeah. How is everybody today? I saw that Negsy Poo went live last night. Yeah. He had a very informative take on the matter, didn't he? You'd think, with the amount of family court that guy's been through, you'd know a bit more about the procedures and what's going on, wouldn't you? But yes, I did see a new video of Catacomb. We're going to have a little look-see at that. And now I'll just say hello. Mop, I love that you're here, Mop. And Theo, some OGs. I love that you found them streaming. I hope I don't do your head in too much. I tend to a bit with people. Who else have we got? Catacomb, Mermaid, and Kimberlina. Oh, you always stars, you are. You always here. Oh, Mop. Negs is in trouble. He's got... Shall we have a little look, see at what he's got actually going on? Please don't stop playing that. Oh, God. Oh, I think I should share my screen right now. Something just popped up. What do you reckon, folks? Oh, look at this, that just popped up. Yeah. Old bookmarks we're looking at. I must have made a new one. But yeah, Beggy, as it says, was showing Callie's OnlyFans 3 days in a row on her streams. Stream she's now took down. But yeah, the emoji's only there because I did it. She showed this full frontal, and I did screen record. Whoopsie doodles. We'll get that off the screen. We don't want to scare too many people away. We haven't got many here yet. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah. So, Ron currently has a no contact order on him because he was threatening a lesbian couple with guns. He's been putting their address up. He's talked about serious issues that should never have been like. Yeah, it's been a fucking shit show, and the guy can't keep his bloody gob shut. And do you remember DC Media, Mop? You must do. She now lives with eggs, and she's got cancer again, and she got £1 million off, $1 million off her aunt, and currently she's spending it all on eggs, failed business attempts, and current litigation. Yeah, he's just been violated another couple of times. Yep, Mark, she lives with him. It's a shit show. It's fucking a good watch. But yeah, she let his dog out, so she bought him an arcade that he had open for less than a month. Because, like, you know, oh, there's a lot of hilarious stuff, Mark. You need to catch up. I might help you with that if you're interested. So anyway, I would like to say yesterday, I got something wrong. I did say I wasn't sure, so I wanted to check it out. And I believe Callie could have been listening, because it seems some of the things that I said I weren't sure about, she's now clarified in a new video. Mop is going jail. He's going physical jail, felony 6, and then violations to no contact orders. Yeah, and the people involved this time aren't Callie, and they will go through with shit. So it's gonna be a fun time. It's brought it all, and yeah, Clara keeps having to pay out to some behemoth as well. Yeah, physical jail, Mop, physical jail. So I'm sure I just brought it up. Right. So I'm just going to show you, first of all, the corrections I need to make, and then we'll finish what we did yesterday. And then maybe come back to this if we've got time. I'm not used to having this little viewers. Charlie. Sorry. Oh, crap. Anyway. Let's share this. Right, so today she has posted a video called "To My Child's Father, You Will Not Distort the Truth." Well, Callie doesn't seem to be able to keep her truth in line either. I will say that. But I will make the correction. I did say yesterday I didn't believe he'd threatened to kill her. So she has provided evidence of that today. Now, the context which surrounds it isn't as clear as she's trying to make it out. See what you think about it. So, let's go.
Kind of breaking down what's necessary, and also a re-upload of the video where my child's father threatened my life.
I'll kill you.
I didn't hear you correctly.
Your life will be turned upside down.
Okay, and
I'll kill you.
I didn't hear you correctly.
Your life will be turned upside down.
Okay.
I know I've told a bitch I'll kill him. Didn't mean I'll kill him. And like, you can kill someone's life or the life as they know it. And he said, I'll turn your life upside down. Would you have a life after someone kills you? Not necessarily. But he did say the words. Apparently he was arrested, and apparently she dropped it and he had it expunged, so none of us can find it. Well, you can't get violent offences expunged. That's just not a thing. So me calls bullshit on that. But we'll go on.
And
all right. There'll be lawyers, there'll be all kinds of shit going down.
And you all know I'm doing this just as a way to be heard, because I don't care how long it takes for my voice to be heard. I don't care how many procedures I have to go to or go through. I don't care how drawn out any court case or anything can be. I really don't care. I love myself enough to hear myself and speak my voice for myself. And I also love my child enough to continuously advocate for my child, regardless of what narratives my child's father has tried to spin. And I refuse to have myself or my child gaslit into some kind of false reality that our bond has ever deserved to been like tethered by a spirit.
Like, you know, unless she's abused a child or neglected the child or something like that, I don't think she should be withheld from the child, but I think she was doing that to him. I also think she happily took his money whilst handing over the child. Like, she can claim all she wants that she was in an abusive relationship, but at the end of the day, she herself said they had a private arrangement where she'd give her under 1-year-old child over to him on a bi-weekly basis and be away from a child for a week at a time. And this is before she abandoned him. So take what you will out of that.
Spiritually bankrupt and corrupt man like my child's father.
But you just told me that if I leave, you're going to kill yourself.
I don't give a fuck at this point, nigga. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, you act like
You
I'm
just
some
messaged
shit.
me about Brandon, who I confirmed was a friend.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Right, now this seems very convenient, the timing of when she started filming and that. She wanted him to say on the phone that he'd threatened to take his own life. Sounds more like he said, I'd rather be dead than be with you or something like that. Because he said at this point, I don't give a shit. She's clearly getting to him. Now, yes, he's drunk, he's belligerent. This feels very gaslighty though. Like, you know, it's easy to turn on an act when you know you're recording and someone else doesn't.
So
yeah, he does, Mark. Yeah. I'll go back over why very shortly.
What are you doing right now? What's cracking? What's going on? What I do wrong tonight? A little wrong shit, apparently. What's up? What I do wrong tonight?
Well, it's obvious in your voice that you're wasted.
I know I like to get drunk. That's your fault.
Oh, so you're blaming me for being drunk?
No, free hooking with me. I'm a drunk.
Like it's
right. That I want you out there if you can. Hi, Panda Pandu. Right. I don't know whether he's saying that. I blame you because of hooking up with me when I was drunk, which could insinuate she trapped him into pregnancy or something like that. Maybe, right? Or you're fucking with me when I'm drunk. But yeah, you can help me out here.
No, free hooking. I know I like to get drunk. That's your fault.
Oh, so you're blaming me for being drunk?
No, free hooking with me. I'm a drunk.
like it's really quite embarrassing.
Do you know anyone? Anyone have a clue? It's either hooking up with me when I was drunk, looking at me when I'm drunk, or fucking with me when I'm drunk. Oh, hi, Scar. Hey, gorgeous. Oh, Tweety, hello. It is hard to tell. I'm sure the closed captions didn't get it as well because I don't think I'd be asking. See.
Your fault.
Oh, so you're blaming me for being drunk?
No, free hooking with me. I'm a drunk.
See, now the captions say hooking up as well. Do you think this man could be at the edge and he was trapped into a pregnancy? Hi, Jess Couch Pineapple. Nice to see you. Hi, Tweety again. Yeah. It's confusing that. But there's reasons I think it could be the hooking up thing. And that will come out down the line.
Like it's really quite embarrassing, honestly.
So I'm going to come back to this one, but I do want to finish off last night's because I have listened and time-stamped it now. And yeah, there's some details that definitely need addressing and haven't been seen yet. So I'm going to put that up now. Alright, and it was, bear with me. I'm a little bit prepared. I've got some timestamps anyway. And I've timestamped that one we were just watching as well. Right. 1:53 we're going to go from. pretty much where we left off yesterday, and a lot of stuff is revealed from this point onwards. Oh, I'm not showing me bloody comments.
Some things you just don't do. LOL. Yeah. Oof, Your Honor. Exhibit A. Girl, like, it's crazy. And he does not look. And like, it's so crazy. Like, and I'm not saying this to be shitting on him or petty, but he's gained a lot of weight. Like, he's probably close to 300 now, if not 300 already. Like, he's gained a lot of weight. He looks, you guys know how habitual cigarette smokers look. They look.
Imagine he was online making these comments about her. How would she be reacting to that? Eh? She'd be calling it post-separation abuse, like she keeps doing it. It's Callie. It's what she does. When she hasn't got a man, she likes to entice them from offline. Yeah, she likes to show her knickers off. Her tits nearly fall out quite a few times as well. But yeah. Exactly. She's claiming abuse, and that when she says he's never put a finger on her, and there's no police records, and you know she's got a guardian ad litem involved in a custody case, who doesn't really want to speak to her and says, like, you've no evidence for this abuse you're claiming, so I can't keep talking to you about that. I don't think she does OnlyFans anymore, Sweet Tea. Remember when Yabba bought it and it was an absolute con? Didn't see no gash or titties. Saw more on bloody YouTube.
Dry. They look dried out. Their skin is like kind of like bumping or whatever. He's never had much of a beard or whatever. So it's like, he looks horrible. His fucking glasses are tight on his face because of the weight gain, because they're like getting too small for his head. He's got like fucking numerous chins. Like, how he looked remotely handsome, mind you, when I was with him. That person don't exist no more.
But she's already said she never loved him. Like, and she's trying to really push this point about he smokes cigarettes and shouldn't be around the child because of it. Like, it's not illegal to smoke cigarettes. And like I've just said, if he was saying this stuff about you to his 25k platform, you'd have a lot to bloody say, love, wouldn't you?
Which is insane. Which is another insane thing. Like, okay, this case was fucking filed and I was served the day after Christmas, and we had our first date in January. It's fucking July, bro. And you don't notice how one woman, every time she come through, she got a different wig, got different makeup, different outfit, different, you know what I'm saying? She just cute.
So she's claiming the court sees they had the first date in January. January is when they had the first date for court, apparently, yeah? So she's saying she's been without the child for 3 months, and that began when she had a 2-week abandonment phase where she didn't even reach out to the child. She says that very soon as well. Keeps coming up about May with that. So, like I said, I don't think she's been without a child for 3 months, like she claims. I think it's been less. But I do think she abandoned the child for more than the 2 weeks she claims, definitely. You're going to see she misses court dates and she misses mediation as well. And as far as I know, it's like a 3 strike rule. So I'm thinking she's missed one more she's not telling us about as well. Yeah, imagine if this man was on this platform, Tweety. Imagine any platform saying this publicly. And he watches her channel. She tells us.
You know what I'm saying? She just cute, you know, like, you know, like, okay, one person is coming in glowing every day, clearly healthy, didn't even struggle that bad with postpartum weight, right? Like, I don't smoke, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, and I don't even smoke weed. I mean, I know whatever. Some people think that's lame, but I can't. Like, I don't have the tolerance, and it's been years for that, even before.
Like him if you got him. Like him if you got him. Yeah, but she literally messaged him when he had the child. So she'd been dropping the child off all the time with him, taking his money as well, bragging about taking his money. And then sent him a text saying, I've got bad health at the minute. I'll let you know when I can get back in touch. And went ghost. She says for 2 weeks, it will be more. If she's saying 2, it's going to be more. And then after that point, he said he's been advised by counsel to not relinquish the child to her. And it's gone back through court because she says a GAL has just been appointed and that needs to be done through court proceedings. So, yeah, there's a lot of lies we're catching on here with.
Before I was pregnant. And I'm just a girl that likes to relax and have a couple margaritas every now and then. But like, not like drink like half a fucking handle or like a whole handle or like a whole gallon. I've never been that type. I can't even do that shit. Like, some people throw up if they drink that much. He doesn't. And that's how I know, like, on a soul level, like, this is wrong. So, and that's kind of like mindset wise where I've made peace.
Right, now here she explains why she's on the internet and doing this and why she's not crying or breaking down. Remember the crisis stream? Remember the reaction from that, from losing Shane? Yeah? This is her fucking child.
So if I don't seem like I'm all upset or crying or breaking down, one thing is like, y'all, there's a time and a place for that. So just because I might not seem as emotional doesn't mean I don't care. But it's like, you know, when things are so wrong and so sick and so twisted that you're better to just, you know, walk away, continue focusing on yourself, continue building yourself, continue elevating.
You're better off walking away from your only child and thinking about yourself. And we looked at her channels yesterday, and she's certainly been doing that. Always self-care, buying her flowers every week. Like, I find it sickening, actually. I think she's ill. I think she's ill because this isn't normal behaviour. It really isn't.
And loving on yourself, and just you got to have nothing but trust. And I'm only speaking here because court is making it very difficult for my side to be heard because of how the judge is, and that's perfectly fine.
Hey, Rena, we're going to watch a new one. I've just played a couple of clips from it. Yeah, we're finishing off yesterday's because I've got some good timestamps, and then we'll go back to that one today. But it'll all be updated and done with today until she comes back and streams tomorrow.
I will be heard regardless. I love myself enough to tell my story. I love myself enough to be heard for myself because, like I said, I have a lot of support and love on this platform, and I always have. Trolls or not, wig accounts or not, there's a lot of people that love and support me. And y'all know I don't bullshit y'all. I don't lie to y'all. Y'all know I don't do that. Especially in regards to my child. Why would I do that? Why would I lie? I have nothing. I've never had anything to hide. That's always been who I've.
She made videos buying her child's stuff, acting like she was still around her child, Mother's Day videos, when she didn't have possession of a child and wasn't even in contact with them. I consider that a lie. False representation at the minimum. Hi, Phrase Pause a Cat. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think there's something wrong. I do. And I think that's why the courts sided up to it and not give it any access to the child, not even a contact centre, nothing. And the guy's not even on birth certificate. There's a reason. There is a reason.
That's always been who I am. So it's like, I'm not breaking down over this because this shit is so sick. Like, I can tell you, like, when he texted me that he intended to, like, literally, he texted me that he plans to withhold the baby. When he texted me that, I felt my womb start doing back salts and somersaults and back flips and shit. I felt my womb turn, sickening type shit. It's like, this is how desperate you are? Okay. This is one of those things where, as long as
this is how desperate you are. I'm sure you did withhold the child from him as well. You know, you're going around telling the internet. You told everyone that he was abusing you and that you'd put videos out of private arguments and that. Like, you're coming across as quite unstable to me. And this is what you're showing us. Maybe he was frightened for his child. Maybe, just maybe he was. And you're not liking the courts making you take accountability. Yeah, Rena, it's there's something not right there, isn't there? There really is. Freya, she does, and she's admitted that she was doing every other. They split up while she, like, within 7 weeks postpartum. She says it a lot, and then she said they had a private agreement where they were doing every other week. So she was giving her newborn child over every other week and doing her own thing. Like, a court would never order a newborn away from its mother for a full week at a time. It's usually like 2 years older when they get to kindergarten, they start doing that. She's very distant from the child. Very distant.
You know, continue to keep myself in alignment and keep focused on my goals and the things that I'm doing and living my life and loving myself and loving my child and being there for my baby the best I can through all of it.
Being there for the baby the best you can. She said she has not seen him on a call, not had contact with the father, nothing. How is she being there for a baby? And I can't help but go back to the fact that she abandoned the child and made it so that the father could do this without even being on the birth certificate. It's crazy.
This, and as long as I stay on my path and not allow this man to, like, drive me crazy or break me down or any sick shit like that, this is definitely going to be one of those things. Like, you know, karma don't play. Karma's a bitch. Any and everyone who's ever wronged me or come at me has gotten their karma. And
1,000,000%, Freya. I said this yesterday. Something extreme has happened for her not to even have contact centre visits, because the court would rather do contact centre visits in the midst of this case than not, because what that does is it enables them to track the progress and track her behaviours and her willingness to comply. It creates a record that is usable in court that's categorically undeniable. For her not to have even 2 hours a week in the contact centre, she's either not tried and it's gone default like she claims it hasn't, or she's seriously fucked up in some way or manner. Oh, Alex, I didn't know you were doing a premiere. I put it in chat that I was going to go live and that. I always try to avoid other people being live if I know. Put the link of your premiere in here, and if it's something you think I should watch while I'm on stream, more than happy to. Hi, Salva, as well. Yeah, Salva, I thought she got better. She did disappear a bit offline. It seemed like she was really into motherhood and that, you know. I wanted her to be better. And, like, I know the second I found out she was pregnant, I put a congratulations notice up and said I wouldn't be poking the bear anymore. Leave her to it. This is something different, and she's brought it to the internet, so it is catcon, it's wild. But also a 9-month-old being abandoned You're gonna hear it soon. She's gonna explain how she went no contact with the child. My sister was a social worker who helped oversee children in foster care, see the bio parents, and I mean, they do everything. Yeah, listen, I watch a lot of family court on YouTube. You know, I think I started off like watching Teen Mum and crap, and they go through a lot of family court, and it put me down that path, right? They let the worst drug abusers, the worst alcoholics, they let paedophiles around children if it's supervised. Like, this is wild. And it wouldn't be wild if there hasn't been court dates, but there has been court dates. And this has been decided through a court.
Some way, shape, or form. And y'all know that ain't no lie. Okay. This is just another one of those things. But let me see what else you guys are saying. She giving cute LOL, and he giving his knees are gonna give out. Girl, it's the most fucking. It's
because this matters. In family court, his skin's dry. Like, people in her chat gassing her up when she's actually in family court, when she's actually been withheld from a child. Some of the advice that comes from this point onwards is disgusting. Because you know what you're bloody doing. You're a fucking troll. And it's right to troll, but not when it comes to kids. Stay the fuck out of it. Princess Brioche, thank you for coming. And yes, that's why she's in this bloody, what's it called? Kids. So I've got it written somewhere. Take too many notes, me. That's the problem. Yeah. Kids above all. Yeah. That's about keeping families in a better, stable environment for the child. The families need to be able to deal with each other without showing that in front of a child. And she's part of this because she's not been doing what she's meant to be doing. I don't believe she went it when she was pregnant, unless he enacted court stuff while she was pregnant, which I don't believe he did. She says December. So, yeah, it's just one of them things for you, isn't it? Yeah, I am as well, Princess Brioche. I really am. No, Freya, you don't have to stop anything. Do you know what? She needs to stop thinking about herself and think about a fucking kid. But I don't think she has the right mind to be able to do that at the minute. And I'm not trying to be horrible here. I think it's the only excuse for this kind of fucking lunacy. Hi, Emma Ty. Nice to see you. It's been a while since you hit alive. I'm not a man. I thought you was a woman, Princess Brioche. The princess kind of alluded to that, but I get mistaken for all sorts all the time. It's all right. Yeah, listen, I didn't want to be right about how Callie was going to be a parent. She did back off from online. Like, she realised the channel was dead. It looked like she was moving on in the background. Like, this is why it's so fucking strange. She's brought this online because no one has been looking into it. It's not a case of we were going to find the court stuff and that. No one's looking at Callie like that anymore. Look at the people who covered her. They're not even covering this. Not me and fucking Negs. Like, yeah. What? Oh, Mop, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad you're around as well. It's like really nice to see you. Like, Mop's a sound person. Willing to go against the grain if he knows something's right. I say he. Yeah, he is a he, actually. I can say that. Sky thought you were a gay man. Sky just wishes everyone was a gay man. That's what it is, love. Hi, the guppy, TTT. Yeah, I wouldn't know about Callie unless it were for if it weren't for Dragnaut. And Dragnaut brought her up to dog Negs out. But then Dragnaut appeared on the crisis stream. And I just thought, well, just before that, she did a fibroid stream where she was crying and everyone in chat was like telling her to calm the fuck down and she just didn't want to. Then when Drag did the crisis stream and I saw that, I'm like, side-eyed that to fuck. None of it I believe. Like, and then after the crisis stream, it played onto Yabba's video about reviewing the crisis stream. And listening to him like, hey, this is alright, this is. And that's where this journey began. Oh, thank you. Beautiful. Made me day. Scout Finch. Do you know what, Scout Finch? My favourite book in the world is To Kill a Mockingbird. So, have you been looking into it, or is that really your name? That's mad. So, right, I'll stop reading chat for a bit. Yeah, I remember Drag defending Callie years ago. I always felt that was straight. Yeah. Well, I went to Drag and I said, oh, do you know how you keep saying you want people to review your content? I found this stream from Yabba. Like, it's actually really good. It's a good breakdown. And he just said, yeah, I won't be reviewing that at all or giving him any attention. And someone says that to me, it makes me want to go, look, why?
Like it's like fucking opposite day in SpongeBob, bro. It's insane being against him in court. Being like going up against a whole ass lying ass projector in court. It's actually insane. Like, and it's crazy because it's like, am I the only one that sees this shit? Like, y'all can't see. Like, he's.
Oh no, hello. And what y'all thinking? Shall we have a little look over? If one of my mods wants to drop the link in, I'll have a little look, and if he's not being boring, I might derail. He has been going a bit mental this week, hasn't he? That court date's coming up. He's yelling at Samma. Oh, Pink Lava, what have you done now, love? Everyone's falling out with him. I wonder why. Yeah, we can have a peek. Right. Tweet T, why you're not a mod? I can't do it. After the stream, there's a good few years I'm going to put as mods. I'm not on my phone at the moment, and StreamYards doesn't let me make mods. But yeah, if one sec, I'll see if I can find it. I'll stop being lazy. I don't even follow him. And he loses his channel that much, I can never bloody find him half the time.
To me,
Right, I'll go a little bit back. If anyone who has been watching knows any timestamps or where's some good shit, then let me know. Oh, hello, Crazy Cat Lady and Spiteful Lynn. Thank you for joining.
Exactly. So you know what? Get fucked. Get fucked. No, this is all going to be on stream. Sama, if you were serious about keeping that place safe and drama-free, you should have made a public DM for everybody and say, this is not the place for this kind of act.
What's a fucking public DM?
attitude. Next time anybody speaks like this, they are getting blocked. Did you do that? Did you warn everybody that that is what you're going to do? Did you? Yes or no? No, it's not your business, Hussy. No, but other people have to be safe. Exactly. Exactly. So you know what? Get fucked. Get fucked.
Bye, bitch. Right. I don't know what's going on here. And do you know what? The best people to review this are AK and Alex. Definitely. I've done the work in putting the timestamps in and stuff. So get it if you want to watch this instead of me. That's absolutely fine. But I'm going to crack on with my Callie stuff. Apparently Hussy blocked her. I don't exactly know what's going on, so I don't feel like just jumping in and that, unless someone can fill me in. But I think I'm gonna carry on with my stream. Alex, I'm sure you and AK are gonna go over this shit show, and I know a few people will be recording it. I know everyone's going, aren't they, Catcorn? Every fucker. Rats on a sinking ship. That's all I'll say. No, oh no, that's great. Thank you for letting me know. It's just like I'd be pissed off with myself if I didn't. Took time to timestamp and shit, so I'm just gonna do that. She didn't block Alex, and that's why. Gigi's making new channels. He's going in a different direction. Us is burning all his bridges. Won't bother us, say you're gonna lose your court case anyway. You need them bridges. You need that door coming in, don't you? Cha-ching. Oh wait, what was that? I sang before. Oh wait, 1 second. Does it just play? I'm not used to that.
Yes, hello, Maxwell. My pussy hurts and I need my tampon changed. Hustler, probably. Yes, hello, Maxwell. My pussy hurts and I need my tampon changed. Hustler, probably.
Oh, that makes me laugh. That does. I bloody love it. It's going on the soundboard. I keep saying about this soundboard. I've just started a bloody minute to myself. My pussy hurts. I need my tampon changed. Ah. Okay. Right, I'm gonna get back to my other shit, to be fair. There we go.
Gained weight over the months. His skin looks drier and drier over the months. He looks unwell. Like, y'all can't look at this man and tell that he's unhealthy as living fuck. And then one of us, the fucking, here comes the alleged crackhead. Oh, she's glowing.
Well, none of us can tell you what he looks like now, because she doesn't show him and he's not putting himself online. If I'd lost my child, I'd be in my fucking bed. I won't have no nails on. I won't have no lashes on. I won't even attempt to put a wig on, no matter how shit it was put on, right? That wouldn't be happening. Unless I had to go present myself to a court, stand up for my child and do what's right. Then I'd bring myself together. In the meantime, there's nothing else going on other than sorting my kid out and being fucking miserable as fuck. Hi, Theo. Welcome back. Saying before, it's lovely to see you and mop around. But yeah, Theo, she wasn't around when she got upped off, when she got pregnant. She did step back, but now she's lost a kid and the courts won't listen to her. She's kicking off on YouTube. Drag saved me, fucking hell, Theo. Oh dear, I remember your last video. That was a banger. Hi, Candice. Nice to see you. Oh God, oh, did you just notice it? Oopsies, I shouldn't be doing that, but it was a funny picture. It is insane, Candice. It is. Candice, sorry. Candice, I'm watching too much fucking Von Elton.
Oh, she's healthy. She speaks with enthusiasm. We're pissed off that she overwhelms us with too much information, but it's okay. Let her just meet with her attorneys and figure that out and all this fucking bullshit tea. And it's like, y'all can't view the difference. Like, y'all can't.
because courts go off looks and not filings, representation, and actual compliance. No, they don't go off all that. It's all about how you look when you walk in court. Yeah. Hi, Twisted Skeptic. Nice to see you. Yeah, everything's messed up with this bitch. Wait, it gets worse. It gets worse now. Promise you.
Like, did they send you both to mediation? They did. And I missed the second one because I had to take my baby to a doctor's appointment.
Right. So we know she missed court whilst she had a health scare and he had custody of the child, yeah? We know that because that's when he tried to get the default on her. This point in time where she's saying she missed the mediation, she's saying it's because she had the child and took him to the doctors. So that's 2 violations in front of the court that we know of that she's not admitted to, but in passing has accidentally divulged.
So then after the mediation, what's happened? Because what's happened now is they got in the GAL involved. And that's exactly who I'm meeting up with next week is the GAL. Because the GAL doesn't know that all this shit's been happening. And even with the GAL involved, my personal attorney is still motioning up things. So even though I'm meeting with the GAL next week, there are still going to be pending, motion dates for all of my other stuff that I'm motioning up. Like,
oh, well, thanks for popping by, Theo. And if you are catching up, catch up with yesterday's because there were a lot in that as well. Yeah, skip immediate. No, it doesn't make sense. She'd have records for that. The court, she won't get in shit for that. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Mark.
so it's like there's numerous things happening at once. The GAL is not aware. In fact, the GAL, he's lied to the GAL because the GAL won't speak to me until next week, right? Like that's when
GALs will go out the way to talk to you at the earliest possibility and see you. It sounds like the GAL told her and this fucking lawyer of hers to fuck off. I think the GAL wants a safe environment to talk to her in.
I meet with, him. My ex met with the GAL first and like has this whole like, narrative that the child has always lived with him and things like that. So even though like
look how that was brushed over, but she's had to mention it. So his narrative is he's been housing this child since birth. Now, that could make sense. And this is why she said she was living with him, right? 7 weeks after postpartum or something like that, between 5 and 7. Then she said it was weeks after. She said it was push and go, last minute. She got the place she was in, which was her grandma's house. Makes sense to me in that meantime when she didn't have suitable accommodation, that he was probably still housing that child. There's more why I think that, and you'll see in a minute.
I know it's a good thing that I'm going to be meeting with the GAL and giving my side and, all of these.
Hey, Sassy, my man. Nice to see you, lovey.
Things like that's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm fine. Like, this is not like a crisis thing to where like I'm losing my shit. It's just.
Yeah, lose your shit over furniture, but not your fucking kid. Okay.
I meet with that guy on my child's birthday. It is so extremely important to be on your best behavior with the GAL. Oh yeah, for sure. I will be for sure. He doesn't even know what the truth is. Like, right? And he just got added onto the case. So he got added onto the case shortly around the time my attorney got onto the case.
Right. So the GAL is guardian ad litem, Alex, and what they do is they mediate for the child's best interest. So you've got mum against dad, and then the GAL goes and talks to both families, assesses them, mentally evaluates them, scores them basically, and then advocates for the interest of the child only. So that's what a guardian ad litem is, the GAL. And that's just been added. She just said that herself. And at the same time, she's added her own attorney, right? GALs are only added to cases within a court hearing, which means she's just had another court hearing and been told the GAL's been added, and then she's added her attorney, which I think you're going to realise very soon is it's her auntie.
Because of everything. And he doesn't even fucking know.
I watch too much YouTube, Mark. I do. I watch a lot of family law cases, and I know like people like to give me shit about being from England and talk about American law and that. It's a lot easier to learn American law and learn about it because it's very open. In England, it isn't. You can't watch court cases and body cams, and it's just not the same. There's not even like dockets you can search and stuff. So, yeah. Well, YouTube is quite informative as well, to be fair. It's got its ups and downs. Right. That makes sense, Alex. I thought that yesterday when you said it on AK's stream or in my chat.
He doesn't even know. So next week he'll know. You know, he doesn't know. Like, my attorney's spoken with him and told him everything. And
so just listen to that again.
Attorney got onto the case because of everything. And he doesn't even fucking know. He doesn't even know. So next week he'll know. You know, he doesn't know. Like, my attorney's spoken with him and told him everything.
So he doesn't know, but the attorney spoke with him and told him everything, but he doesn't know. No, he's telling her, I'm not believing your story. That's the problem. So it's not, he doesn't know, he's aware of her accusations. He just doesn't believe him, and she's not provided receipts for them.
And he's like, okay, I'll talk to her. And he was like, you know, I'm willing to talk with her, but he's like, I haven't heard much about these abuse allegations or whatever. So my aunt's preparing like for, not my aunt. Oh my God. My attorney. Oh my God.
It's a bloody aunt, isn't it? It's her aunt. Definitely. Same, Shani, same. I think she should be in the child's life, but at the end of the day, if a court, and it seems they've had quite a few cases now, if a court has decided that this mother shouldn't even get 2 hours contact centre a week, she's either not complying or not fit. So yeah, I do agree, she should be in a child's life, but in a healthy way.
My attorney's like preparing for all of these like things, like this paperwork and stuff, the abuse that's taken place like since I was pregnant to now, because this is, you know, considered post-separation abuse. So it's proving that, right? They are so critical on your case. I know. And
Callie, who's taking to the internet on your platform of 25k, not post-separation abuse? Like, within your definition, and don't get out all this evidence. You have all this evidence, but you only show the same clips. Well, if your attorney is emotionally invested because they're a family member, then you're not going to get the right advice, are you? So it's practically like representing yourself, because you just throw a fit and make them say what you want them to say. Yeah, that's all I want for her as well. And I really want her to not listen to the people in her chat gassing her up. There's some people giving good advice. There's a lot of people who are going to mess things up for her if she listens to what they say. Her ex is nuts though, and vindictive as fuck. I could see him lying. He wanted Callie to himself. Again, especially you, Alex, you do know more on this situation and topic. I've definitely not wanted to come to you and ask you that, because I know you wouldn't betray Callie like that, and I wouldn't expect you to. I wouldn't put you in that situation. But you know, I have just played a video of him being belligerently drunk, and he did say he'd kill her. I love Judge Boyd as well, Candice, and I love Judge Simpson. Judge Simpson's really good. I really like him. He does funny shit, and he really helps. You know, like people who have got loads of tickets racked up and they keep getting nicked because they bloody haven't been able to pay the fines, but they've just got into work and stuff. He'll wipe it, and he'll be like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in years. Nice one, right? Don't come back. I'll wipe it for you." He's a good egg. Was he denied bail? Right. He smirked in court. He thought he was away scot-free. Judge Simpson is your favourite? Yes, Mark. Well, one of the judges in Negs and DC's case, I swear, it could be Judge Simpson's twin. We're very acted and everything. Oh, I love that everyone loves Judge Simpson. Big up Judge Simpson, y'all. Do you know, though, that Judge Boyd, she's good, but have you seen all the complaints in against her? And yeah, that's a little road to go down if you are into Judge Boyd.
Stay strong. No, I'm thinking back. My brother before. Yeah, he got cleaned up. Oof, Your Honor, Exhibit A. Yeah. So it's just like he has no idea. He's under the impression that my ex.
He pretty much did, Mark. He told him like, basically fuck around and find out, and you're at the find out stage, basically, and said log off. Really, what you doing? What are you doing?
Ex has had the baby the entire time, and I'm just.
You'll find that on my channel.
Some absent crackhead mom, which that's not the case. Like, the GAL doesn't even know that my child is being actively withheld from me as we speak.
If a GAL is involved, and she says recently, it means they've had a court date recently, and if it's that recent, it's after he took custody of that child, and the court have decided he can keep the child, and the GAL has been added to the case because of that. The GAL knows. The GAL might want to not listen to her in an undocumented capacity, like, you know, on the phone. I bet she's ringing and emailing. I bet the GAL wants a fucking safe room and it filmed and everything, because he knows the crazy he's coming up against.
Doesn't even know, because the GAL was lied to. So that's why, my
GALs are used to being lied to. That's why they exist. They get the mum's side, they get the dad's side, and then they find out what Occam's razor, what's most likely scenario that's going on, what matches up, what doesn't, what proof and evidence exists. They're only there for the benefit of the child. And as well, you would have had a choice of 3 GALs and the choice to exclude one of them from being picked to start with, unless you didn't fucking show up for court.
Attorney is, working with him and everything like that. And I appreciate that. And like when I meet with him and everything like that, like I'm sure it's gonna go well, but it's like, because on my side there's so much evidence and there's so much that's happened, it's just getting all that information in. But it's not like it's not like.
Sounds like you didn't take it seriously, though. It sounds like you got to a point where you lost your fucking child and any access rights to them, right? All your evidence, all the shit, it doesn't count because you haven't put it in. You may have done now, but like you've just said yourself, it's going to take time to go through. And we see what your evidence is like, Callie. It's not the smoking gun you think it is. And also, the evidence you've provided to the internet, your receipts, are all previous to you giving birth. Oh, not sorry, one was after. But since them two pieces of evidence, you've handed that child over willingly for a week at a time, weeks at a time, to a point where you lost your fucking kid because you lost contact with them. I know that comes from a good place, Alex. Alex is a really good person. I know Callie will be missing her. And Callie, no, Alex has not cunted you over in any way, shape or form, not in the slightest. And you lost a good friend there. It wasn't a parasocial relationship. And if it was all on your end. Yep, Rena, and I think for it to get, she's admitted to twice not turning up. Once for a court hearing while she had custody of the child while she was not contactable, yeah, and then a mediation. I believe there's going to be another occurrence because 3 strikes kind of thing. The guy's not on the birth certificate, but he clearly had legal advice because without any court order, without any agreement, he was paying her child maintenance, yeah, child support. He will have been told that establishes his parentage over that child, even though he's not on the certificate, because he was providing and looking after the child. Alex, the video you sent me and I played last night said it all in it. Like, is he innocent? Probably not. Has he been dealing with fucking crazy? Did he stick his dick in crazy? Yes, we know that. That's without a shadow of a doubt, right? I think he was saying before he gets drunk because of her. Why? He said, hooking up with me whilst I was drunk. I think she trapped him. I do. I think he was annoyed with her. But Alex does know more than me. She'll know that. Yeah, Alex, she missed at least one court date and a mediation. She's admitted that. Oh, Shiny, right. I don't really know who you are, Shiny, but maybe Alex does because she was around more. Yeah, I don't want anything bad for her. I'm not covering this to fuck her over, but I'm not going to accept a bullshittery. No, there's procedures, there's stuff that she's saying that is clearly not right. And I also wanted to give her head a wobble and fucking just sort of sell out. Fuck all this internet shit. Get yourself offline. This guy is going to be using every second of these streams against you in court. Do you know how unhinged you are coming across? You're coming across happy to not be around your child. Look at your posts. Look at your shorts. You're out celebrating. It's a joke. Hi, Addicted to Cold Brew. Thank you for listening. Never. And like I said, I wouldn't even go to Alex and ask her anything in private about Callie. I want to find the court case, yeah? I'm struggling. Nothing's coming up. It'd be great if I knew his name. Guess what? I haven't gone to Alex and asked for it because you know what? 1, I don't want to put her in that position. And 2, she won't give it me anyway. She wouldn't because that's not who she is. And this is after Callie's called her out and blasted her. Well, I look at my coverage and what you showed in Neg's coverage last night, and yeah, I think mine's a lot more respectful. One, I'm not. Look, I was calling the baby girl last night. Maybe that's not respectful. It just shows the fact I haven't looked into the child. I have no interest in looking into the child. The child has nothing to do with what it's to do with the dad and her and the courts. Yeah. But thank you for recognising that. It's heartbreaking. And that's why she needs to give her head a wobble. And I do believe she's literally put up the stuff I got wrong last night. She's put clips up and that for it. I think she listened. I think the eggs fucking listened as well, to be honest with you. Of course, him and Clara is subscribed because I keep putting out court stuff up and I've not even been being mean to him. Yeah, she's saying she's in therapy and stuff, but then she just goes back to this one organisation, which I don't think is really a therapist. Exact mop she has. I've not dug into anything. Well, I tried to look for the court stuff, but I couldn't find it. Because even with VPN, it fucks me over. Yeah, the seal, but they appear on the dockets. You know, like how we know Negs kept, you know, when he had to pay $40 a month or whatever for his fucking kids, and he kept taking it back to court pro se to not pay. They all appeared. Yeah, Princess Brioche has another channel. Traumatized girly. She talks about all the meditation and what's the fucking word now? Manifestation stuff, yeah. Yeah, and I hope she has listened to it, Alex, and I hope she takes it. I feel like she did listen to yesterday's, and that's why she's put them certain clips up. But, and she did keep saying as well, no matter how you're responding, I'm just glad I'm being heard. And she's being heard. And look, at the beginning, I corrected and said, look, she's provided this, I'm going to show it. She's not, Princess. She really isn't. She needs to help herself first. She needs to be contacting the resources, not trying to be one.
Like, it's a total, like, loss, right? So it's just annoying, the hoops. My annoyance and me coming on here talking to you guys is the fact that the judge, instead of actually hearing me, she keeps wanting to kind of delegate it off to the attorneys, including the GAL. And that doesn't help anyone.
Right. If you have representation in court, they speak for you. So it sounds to me like you want to be speaking directly to the judge, and the judge is saying, listen, your attorney can deal with this. Talk to your attorney about how this process works, yeah? Same with the GAL. The GAL is there for both you and your ex, but mainly for the child. Right? They take your bullshit out of it, his bullshit out of it, and they look at the basics. Are you mentally stable? Are you a substance abuser? Do you have a job? Do you have a home? Are you able to meet extra needs, maybe medical and stuff like that? Are you consistent? Will you turn up? Right? These are the things they're there to look at. And you know, you want to run your mouth off. They're not there to hear that. Cold hard facts. And that's why you're now attempting to do your real estate and this bloody child thing you're doing and that. Yeah, I hope she knows in her heart we don't hate her nor wish her anyway. No, absolutely not. I've enjoyed Callie. I've laughed at Callie and with Callie. The second she announced the child, I dropped that shit. But she's brought this shit to the internet. And she's not telling the truth. And she can't be out here saying it. And she's going to fuck her own case up by doing it. I'm trying to help her, if I'm honest. I really am. Hi, Sky. It's been a while, son. Been abandoning your mother. Oh, thank you, Shiny. That's really nice to hear. And you're very welcome.
And I know it's because she knows, you know, my ex's uncle, and my ex's uncle and my ex's attorney, they all know each other.
Right, so it's a big MK Ultra conspiracy. This is only happening not due to abandonment, not due to non-contact, not due to not attending. It's happening because his uncle knows the judge and the attorney knows the judge. Well, if the attorney practices in that court, yes, the attorney will know the judge. I'll tell you now, the attorney will have had just as many arguments as wins against that judge. It's not like that. Oh, thank you, thank you. There is an intention there. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit, lick her ass, and say everything's good. No, she needs a bloody reality check, and I don't think she has anyone around her at the moment who's gonna do that. My email address is on my channel. I'm also on Twitter. If you want to talk, Callie, I'm willing to talk to you. It doesn't have to be a stream. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But I do know some shit, and I do know some people. You're going to get cold hard facts, but I'm not going to be nasty about it. I promise you that now, especially if you want to help yourself. Exactly. Your lawyer speaks for you. If you don't have a lawyer, you get to speak. If you have a lawyer, you don't. It's as simple as that. Callie, if you want to reach out to me, it can be absolutely private, I swear. And yeah, I've never given anyone any reason to doubt that. I've never broke a promise like that. I am covering your shit. You have a right to talk to me and correct me on anything you want to. I'm willing to listen. I think when you're on a stream and you're emotional and it's a subject like this, it's easy to go on tangents and skip stuff, miss points and stuff like that. Maybe it might be better for you if someone does come to you with some questions. Up to you, though, love. I know you'll be watching, though. Yeah, I don't fuck people over. No. And I thought she'd escaped it, so I did. Look, no one's covered her. Last one to cover her was Gigi. So, but then she come back doing shit like this. It needs attention, doesn't it? She wants it to have attention. She said it. So it's all we can do.
So but I've always taken good care of my baby. My concern is, another one of my concerns is, well, here I am. I'm literally getting ready to move here. I'm getting ready to move here in like the next month. You guys, like, you know, we're gonna be putting this house up for sale. We've already made the agreement. We've already met with the real estate attorney and everything.
See, that don't even make sense to me. We're going to be getting ready to sell the house in a month. We've talked to a real estate agent. There's already an agreement, but it's yeah. I think just like court, she wants everything to move a lot quicker than it is actually going to do.
We've already done that. And my thing is, like, you know, I'm going to have to tell the GAL my new address. I really don't want my ex knowing it.
Right. Major part of family court is you are responsible for updating your address and keeping the other party informed. Now, they will always ask, is there any reason your address and contact information cannot be divulged to the other party? They will always ask that, right? At that point, you will have a chance to say, this, yeah? Da. You will. Now, the judge will take into account whether that is a good enough reason. That's all you can do. Maybe think about that at the moment. Maybe think about when you get asked that question, what you can provide in a reasonable way that would grant that for you if you're really concerned in that way.
I'm still going to be going through my health issues. Like you guys know, my fibroids are dissolving, even though it's a beautiful.
If she asked me for help, I'd actually help her. And I know Alex would as well. Like, what's she done? She's never done out to me. Like, but I'm not going to lick her arse and tell her bullshit. She wants help. She's going to have to listen, isn't she? I don't think she's capable. I think having a family member as your representation in court is not a good idea. First thing I'd tell her.
That's a great thing. I don't want him knowing about this process. It's an ongoing process. Like I have to get Dopplers and exams and going through treatments for it. Even though it's beautiful, you guys got to remember I had over 10 fibroids. You know, and now I'm down to like I think 3 or 4, but I still have some. You know what I mean?
Does your child have any health conditions? You missed a very important mediation meeting, which was either your second major court proceeding you missed or your third, right? What's your child's health status now? Because you don't have a clue, do you? Why do you not have this information? Because you've took actions that the court has seen unfit for some reason. Now, you need to be honest with yourself about that before you can move on from it. You really do.
And 2 of them are sizable. Like one of them, I think, is still like 5 centimeters, even though it's shrunk. It's still pretty sizable. I don't want him knowing about that. So it's almost like even with this GAL and even with this case, it's like going through the whole DV shit all over again. Because all he's done is abuse his privilege and his access to me and the child. And it's like, it's just going through that whole thing all over again.
It's coming by, Shiny. Who's Ilya? I know one Ilya, but it can't be the same Ilya.
Because as I move and everything, like I'm not necessarily worried about, provision and environment and all that. I'm really not.
Mop, you're welcome to linger, don't you? Worry, love. Thank you for being here and participating as much as you have done. It's been great. It's really nice to see you.
But I think I deserve some goddamn safety and privacy. I think that I deserve to raise my child in peace the best I can. I don't think that my fucking health issues should be, weaponized against me. Or if I even tell a man, I mean, can you imagine you tell somebody that you're not feeling well and the first thing they want to do is default on a case? Like psychotic shit. Like, or try to. I deserve to raise my child in peace the best I can. I don't think that my fucking health issues should be, weaponized against me. Or if I even tell a man, I mean, can you imagine you tell somebody that you're not feeling well and the first thing they want to do is default on a case? Like,
well, you said when you're going through a DV situation, it's very important for you not to divulge any information. So you didn't tell him that you were ill, really. You just said you were going through some shit and you get in touch when you were through it. I reckon you've been turning up at families' houses, dropping that kid off, turning up at work trying to... I reckon you've been full on crazy, bitch. I really do. I really do. But you might not have been. You might not have been. I'll give you that benefit of the doubt. It's just when you bring up about every member of his family and work colleagues and everything. She's had fibroids for years. She had them, and she's had a child since having them, and then right. So she did say she'll let everybody online know about her fibroids melting. So we all were aware that she's going through health issues, but the timeline she's given would say she's put that video up after losing the child. And I say losing the child loosely. She hasn't lost the child. There's just no agreement in place, but the courts are letting that happen as well. So they've not put anything in place for her, which is crazy. She's been turning up to court. Yeah, she doesn't get caught, and this is why she needs someone better than a fucking auntie.
Psychotic shit, like, you know, or try to, you know, it didn't go through, whatever. I caught that shit in time. But you know what I mean? Behavior, you know? So
She caught that shit in time. The default we're going through. That's basically what she was saying. Now, defaulted child court is more likely to be like set aside, not exactly fucked off, but set aside. That happens quite a lot where they'll be like, listen, we're not getting rid of it, but we'll give you a bit more time. Yeah. But she caught it in time. You get 14 days from a default, I think, to catch it. So did she leave a kid for weeks and then didn't attend court and then last minute put some kind of filing in? It's like a 3 strike rule. I know she's admitted to 2, so I reckon there's been 3. Sky, I get paid tomorrow. So remind me tomorrow, babes, yeah? I'll send you some DoorDash. I'm poor. No, I'm not poor, but payday tomorrow.
that's what's frustrating for me. But I love myself enough to be heard. I love myself enough to speak up. I love myself enough to not stay silent. I love myself enough, and I love my child enough to advocate for the both of us and stand in my truth as I have been. And I love myself and my child enough to know the woman and the mother that I am and I always have been. Regardless of what anything looks like or regardless of what has happened. You know what I mean? So I'm going to stay focused on my goals. I'm going to stay focused on me. Like, I'm literally like, I just think that it's.
I'm going to stay focused on my goals and I'm going to stay focused on me. Callie? No. No, you're a mother. Do you know what it looks like when you're walking? You think, oh, look, I look better than him in court. No, it looks like you're very self-centered and you're looking after your appearance and that more than you're bothered about your kid. That's what it'll look like. You're not giving the impression of what you think you are. Oh, Tree by Ilya. Yeah, I remember Sam promoting him once when he was covering Callie. He's sound enough. I don't really follow him loads, but he's never bothered me. I didn't know Gigi promoted him though. Yeah, any parent who's with an ems will always think they're not doing good enough and always strive to want to do more. That's what I've found in life anyway. How old's Kelly? She's 36. I believe she was born in 90, if I remember correctly. Crazy cat lady, you're very right there. Listening, stand up despite your pain and put your child first. Yep. You can be strong, but then you can be dedicated to your child at the same time. Yeah. You never stop being a parent, Sassy, Mama, you never do. Yeah. This is her only child. She is 36. She wants 5 children. At 35, 36, she'd have been, like, I know in the UK, 36, you're classed as a geriatric mother. Like, how many more does she think she's really going to be having? No, I thought she was 35. 36. Yeah, yeah, it might not be 9, it might be 89. Oh, bloody hell, Mop, don't get me started on John and Von. I bet, yeah, I've been avoiding them because I might have done something in back room with that all moving into the car thing with each other. I've disappeared a bit. There's a reason. Yeah, geriatric maternity. Oh, Mop, you should see the shit I have on John and Von. It's flipping gold. It really is.
Really interesting. Like, it's fascinating in life when your life is shifting and moving forward, and like, you know how it is when you have so many good things coming in. I swear, I feel like people can feel it when you're on to something. Like, people can feel it when you're about to make a major shift, like when you're about to really have you a little bit of success. Because it's definitely giving like sabotage energy, but like, I just choose not to be sabotaged by this. I choose not to be defined by this. I choose not to let this ruin me or my child's life. I choose, especially because I mean, fucking, I didn't do this shit. He threatened my life. I left him. You know? Sometimes, y'all, make sure you don't nitpick with allegations. I say that because I've been through all of this. So, have you been through this? Like, so what do you mean nitpick with allegations?
Yeah, this is the first proper pushback she had, and she didn't take kindly to it. And you could tell her exactly how she's going to be with the GAL next week.
Because it's like the GAL is going to see all of my evidence of abuse, and that's kind of like the thing. Like, I have another hearing on Monday, pretty much to submit, because like I'm currently trying to get an order of protection to see if they'll grant that, even with all this involved. But that
She already had an order of protection denied. And that was when she called the police on him and stuff, apparently, allegedly. There's no police report. There's no. She said it was expunged. That's can't be true. I believe it doesn't. But she says she has a case number. Show that. Might believe you. Yeah. There's a lot she's not saying. And there's a lot she's alleging she doesn't have actual proof for. That's for sure. And this is why the judge doesn't want to listen to her. This is why the GAL doesn't even want to talk to her. But yeah. Very correct, the cat lady. Very correct.
That's kind of like the thing, like getting the GAL to see. So like, what do you mean allegations of abuse? Like, I have the proof. Like,
Oh, bastard, I was muted. Oh, fucking hate that. But yeah, she needs to get in the real world and quick. She needs to get in the real world very fucking quickly. This approach isn't going to work. Talking to GALs and judges like this is not going to work. You haven't got police reports. You haven't got factual basis for your claims. They're not bothered about your conjecture. They're bothered about what can be proven. And what can be proven is you abandon your kid, Callie. You abandon them. You had no contact with your child. Not to say he didn't push you to that place, right? I know, men. I'm an ex-abuse victim myself, right? I know how far someone can be pushed, but then it comes to a point where you need to fucking give your head a wobble and get into the real world. Each month that goes by where you don't see that child, you make it harder. You're going to start off with supervised access, then it's going to be partially supervised, then it's going to be a few hours on a Saturday unsupervised, then it's going to be one. Do you know how much you're going to have to build up back to where you had it? Hi, Kimberlina. It's going to yeah. The longer it takes you to sort your head out, times that by 3, how long it's going to take you to get your kid back.
Like, everything I'm saying is true. Y'all know I'm a queen of receipts, you know. So what do you mean?
Can we have some receipts then, Callie? Because do you know who's going to want them? Court. You said before, oh, I prefer criminal court. Yeah, because you can say stuff and your feelings get taken into account in that. The reason you're pissed off a JAL is involved is because they're acting in the best interest of the child. It's took out of yours and his hands. What they say means more than what you and him say and what you throw at each other. And they go off facts, evidence, and what they witness themselves. You can't fight it, Callie. You need to get into reality and quick, really quickly.
So just bring my folder with me, right? I know my attorney has already given him some stuff, but obviously this is like my story. So obviously I have, like, what do you mean the allegations? Make sure you have solid evidence to every allegation you bring up to the judge. Now, with her, I've done that, but I'll do the same thing with him. He just doesn't know that all of this has been happening. I got your username.
JAL assigned to a case will have been given all case documentation. And if you've not been submitting, Callie, and your ex has, they're going to have one-sided story. You've said he's already met with your ex as well. He hasn't got DV. She says they were expunged for you. He got arrested and got it expunged. That doesn't happen. You can't expunge violent crime. You can't. It might have. I don't know. You can be arrested and not booked in and released. You know, it might have got to the police station and said, "Look on my phone. There's a bloody video of attacking me," and then they just said, "Oh, fuck this shit, let him go." That could have happened. Nah, my kid bloody eats. I can't get the gummy vitamins anymore because she eats a full packet at a time, and I'm worried about that. Yeah, because her attorney's a family, and she's only getting emotional advice. And how much advice can they be giving her if she's lost a kid?
I'm too far into the stream. Oh. But yeah, I do. I feel a great deal of relief speaking with you guys. Thank you all for being so loving and supportive. I don't know the next time I'll check in, but I'm definitely going to be active on Traumatized Girly. I swear I'm a toddler. What's your name? Yeah. Hey girl. Hey Ashley. Been out for years. Good to see you, girl. Hey boo. Hey Ashley. I'm getting ready to get off though. I just wanted to I wanted to come on my platform and speak, especially because I know that like my ex and all of them are watching my shit, trying to see if I'll spiral or give them a reaction.
So the people you say are corrupt, have the judges in the pocket, have current custody over your child. You're coming online and giving them what they want. God, you're off your fucking tits, love. You're off your tits. This is not right. Start being a mother, a real mother. And that's said with the most respect I can give you. Someone who couldn't have kids, I'm so angry. She's not doing everything in her power to get the child back. She's so lackadaisical about this. Yes, she is. But she's looking after herself, though. She's happy about that. What's she wearing? Hardly anything for you. Yeah. Freya, she isn't. She really fucking isn't. And it's annoying as a mother. And it's annoying as well, like hearing other people who, you know, people who really want children who aren't able to have them, and then she does this, and then it's everyone else's fault.
It's just so dead. It's like, you're dead wrong. You know what you're doing, and I see what you're doing, and I'm aware of what you're doing. And you can lie to all the people you want, and you can finesse it, and you can deny it, but you are soul and spiritually wrong. From lying to my late grandmother, to even the manipulation of this case, to threatening my life in front of my child and trying to gaslight everybody as to why I left. You know who you are, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, because you know who the fuck you are. But most importantly, I know who I am. And I love myself enough to honor myself. And he wanted me to miss the baby's, you know, first birthday, which, I mean, no mother deserves that. You know what I mean? And so if, you know, we'll see what happens. There's so much going on. But if all I do next week is, you know, continue doing these motion hearings and meet with the GAL on my child's birthday, well, then so be it. That's just what life is. It's not my choice. I mean, obviously, I would love to be with my child. I don't see any reason as to why I shouldn't, despite with all this paperwork going on. It's just going up against a person like this who's so corrupt mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know.
Yeah. You just said that misguided, I think it was. Yeah, she says a lot of my truth spiritually, mentally, manifestation shit. It's all coming across, and then like the paranoia about the judges and the GAL and everyone's against her. It's not coming across good, and thank you for coming along as well, misguided. That's nice to hear from you. Hi, Amy May. Exactly. I said this yesterday. Like, if you've been in hospital and you're not bloody in a coma, you're on your phone, you're talking to people. People are visiting you. She weren't in hospital. She doesn't even allude to the fact she was in hospital. That didn't happen. She even explains how she didn't tell him it was anything health related. Just said she needed time. And then she says, I didn't tell him because I was in a DV relationship, and they say the rule is not to tell them anything about your health. Like, it doesn't make sense, so it's getting called out.
It just shows character. And I pride myself that I don't operate this way. I pride myself that I actually went and worked on myself and worked on my mindset and have actively changed my life and helped my family actively through this. So, you know, don't let anything get you down. And also, too, you guys, it's very important not to spiral. Like, that's why I don't do spiral energy anymore. Plus, I fucking learned that it gives a lot of people satisfaction. But you never know how things are going to work in your favor. Like, that's been a part of my whole point, is that when you have a lot of good coming in and you have a lot of positive changes happening in your life, and you have a lot of things that are working in your favor, sometimes the enemy can pick up on that shit and try to sabotage you, but you have to choose not to be sabotaged. You have to
So that kids above all is really coming in handy, isn't it? Like, just listen to that again.
Things that are working in your favor. Sometimes the enemy can pick up on that shit.
Anyway, using language like enemy to describe the child's father isn't indicative of being on a program called Kids Above All, is it? Anyway, for this now, it's just a chat gassing her up a bit, and that it's annoying actually. I'll see what my chat's saying if they're gassing me up. Yeah, not everyone should. Look at Shani and Rev. Look, Shani could have had contact and seen her kids again and that. She just had to take a piss test and do some courses. She won't do it. And that, thank fuck every day she didn't. Just like father, the title of mother is earned. Yep. She's not ready for what's coming in court. She really isn't. Yeah. She doesn't recognise it. That's the problem. She doesn't recognise she's not spiraling. She's spiraling. This is all playing into his hands. Like, I get she's ranting at the courts, to a lawyer, to the jail, to him. No one's doing what she wants them to do. So she wants other people to hear her and give her that validation that she's in the right. Well, you're in the right about you should be able to be around your child, but in a healthy way, Callie. And you need to make yourself right to do that. So yeah, sorry I'm so behind on chat. But yeah, it's still going. Thanks for being here. Yeah, she's prolonging it. She's missed minimum 2 proceedings. I'm thinking 3 because of her not having any contact, yeah? She doesn't understand that's added 9 months to a year onto things. It really has, because she's got to make up for that to the court. So, stop sharing this for now. I'm going to jump into the one she's done today. I've got timestamps. I'm just going to show those videos again that she put back up today. That does show him making threats and being belligerently drunk. She said it happened. I questioned it. She's proved it, so I'm going to show it. Hi, Wicked Crafter. Lovely to see you. Oh, thank you, Alex. That's great. Freya, she's accepting she's not seeing a kid on a... No, it's not in... She knows she's fucked up to not be fighting harder. Oh, go feed your squirrels and birds. I hope that's not a euphemism, you dirty cow. Let's share this screen again. So I'm just going to jump. I'm just going to show you them clips you put and then the timestamps I've got after that, yeah? Sorry, I was on the wrong page. I have a lot of notes.
A re-upload of the video where my child's father threatened my life.
I'll kill you.
I didn't hear you correctly.
Your life will be turned upside down.
Okay, and
I'll kill you.
I didn't hear you correctly.
Your life will be turned upside down.
Okay,
Your life will
and
be turned upside down.
all
There'll
right.
be lawyers. There'll be all kinds of shit going down.
And you all know I'm doing this.
So, and I could have metaphorically meant killing a life. I'll kill your life. I'll destroy your life. But, it then goes on to say, lawyers always thought if you're going to kill someone, you're not going to have lawyers involved. You're going to be in prison. So, there's that. And then one.
And corrupt man like my child's father. But you just told me that if I leave, you're going to kill yourself.
I don't give a fuck at this point, nigga. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like,
you just messaged me about Brandon, who I confirmed was.
That sounded gaslighty to me. It sounded like she wanted to get him on video saying he wanted to end his life. He probably just said, I can't deal with this anymore. I'd rather be dead or something like that. I think she's pushed him. And then look, when he has to go further into it, she starts talking about his friend and stuff like that. But yeah, anyone here who wasn't here before, I really want you to listen to what he says back to her. I'm going to put the closed captions on again, right?
Was a friend.
Yeah, whatever.
So
What are you doing right now? What's cracking? What's going on? What I do wrong tonight? A little wrong shit, apparently. What's up? What I do wrong tonight?
well, it's obvious in your voice that you're wasted.
I know I like to get drunk. That's your fault.
Oh, so you're blaming me for being drunk?
No, free hooking with me. I'm a drunk.
Like it's really quite
Right. Now, it sounds to me like he blames her for being drunk all the time, for hooking up with him when he's drunk. Maybe he thinks he's been trapped by her. Maybe her behaviour, because he's like, what have I done wrong to that? It sounds like he might be being pushed. But at the same time, we are hearing a drunk man not being nice to a pregnant woman. But remember, this all occurred before she left the child with him week after of a week and then abandoned him. Yeah? Attention, you're quite correct there.
What I do wrong tonight?
well, it's obvious in your voice that you're wasted.
I know I like to get drunk. That's your fault.
Oh, so you're blaming me for being drunk?
No, free hooking with me. I'm a drunk.
Like it's really quite embarrassing, honestly.
Yep. No for hooking up with me while I'm a drunk. Yep, this was all going on before she was pregnant. Yeah. If you know you're being recorded, if you're doing the recording, you're going to make yourself sound better and you're going to push people into saying the things you want them to say. So, right. Go from here.
Yesterday, I told you all that my child's father, after I left him and after we separated and all that stuff like that, I told you all that he tried to pursue me in a custody battle over my child.
He tried to pursue a custody battle over my child. It's their child for a start, and I reckon you were withholding the child and stuff like. I reckon you were both playing games with each other. Like, the right thing to do was to take it to court and have a mediator.
And it's post-separation abuse in the finest, because he made false allegations trying to say I live in a drug den. Mind you, I just told you all yesterday that the home that I currently live in is the 80-year-old family home that's been on my father's side of the family for 8.
Yeah. She may be living there now. When she did move out and get her own place, that's when she started seeing this new bloke who was popping up and who she like put the engagement ring up about and stuff like that. What was his deal? Was she staying with him? Was she taking the baby there with him? Was she then relinquishing the baby to her ex all the time because she wanted to be around a new fella? I don't think this drug den is necessarily the grandma's house. But I will say she gives another half truth about the state of the grandmother's house. Now, it sounds to me like it might not have been suitable for a child, which, you know, you want the best for your kids. You have a right, if something's not suitable, to speak up. Hi, Reg Squirrel. Don't know you, but thanks for being here.
80 years, which we're actually prepping to sale. And you guys know I'm studying for my real estate license, but it's already been an agreement to have this home up for sale. I'm already included in getting, you know, the portions of the deal and all of that. And one of my personal goals is to move forward with this house under my belt in a way to where I can, you know, just have it under my belt as I move and pursue my career, my side career in real estate, because that's always been a dream of mine. And my child's father calling this home a drug den is even more asinine because of the fact that my late grandmother, who passed in December 2023, he met her. Okay.
Right. She said she was pregnant when her grandma passed. She gave birth in 2024, summer of 2024, right? I wrote notes, 1 second. She said he met the grandma whilst they were together. If the last time she saw her grandma was summer 2024, she'd have been popping because it's around now. That's the time now. And she kept saying yesterday that her grandma didn't know she was pregnant when she died, and she wished she'd have told her, but they were keeping it a secret. The timelines aren't making sense. Well, yeah, Alex, she's told everyone the child's birthday's next week, and it's not Monday because she's seen a lawyer Monday and the GAL on the child's birthday, so we know it's next week. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm just going to pop back because I just want to make sure I heard it right.
And my career, my side career in real estate, because that's always been a dream of mine. And my child's father calling this home a drug den is even more asinine because of the fact that my late grandmother, who passed in December 2023, he met her, okay? And, you know, she was very ill. And unfortunately, she did need a lot of help with this house. I mean, you guys know how it is when family members get sick, especially when family members pass away one by one, and then there's only one left. Things get, you know.
I've seen it come up on screen then, December. I think I heard somewhere by accident. That does make sense. She would have been pregnant December 23, gave birth summer 24. But he met the grandmother, that's what she's saying. And she would have been pregnant, and I don't see why Callie wouldn't have told her. Right. So he did meet the grandma. I think he did as well. She likes to keep throwing around the point that she didn't want to move in with him. She said yesterday that she moved in with him 1 week before the baby shower. And then today she says she moved in the week she was giving birth. I don't believe she had a baby shower the week she gave birth, but I may be wrong. Maybe Alex could help me with that. But I'm pretty sure that she didn't want to move in with him because he was being a caretaker for a family member. And now she's saying that he is punishing her because she wanted to help her grandmother out. Also just admitted there, like, you know, the house needed a lot of attention. It wasn't right, you know, when people get old, they need extra help. So maybe he didn't call it a crackdown. Maybe he said it was unsuitable for a child.
Pretty tense. And unfortunately, in December 2023, I did not tell her that, you know, I was pregnant because she ended up in and out of hospice, and she ended up passing away in hospice before I could ever tell her. And even though I helped arrange her funeral and I spoke at her funeral, she never knew that I was pregnant. So I just trust.
Of course, she spoke at the funeral. But, right, so the fella met her. Well, she would have been pregnant. She got like pregnant straight away, didn't she? I don't know. Something's not ringing true.
That she sees in spirit what's happening, right? And my child's father, when she was alive and actively struggling with this home at the time, he told her that he would help her with this home. And obviously that help never came. And so to mock that and call this space.
So he knew the home was unsuitable and offered to help because the home was in disrepair, probably maybe a hoarder's house, maybe just run down, yeah? But he knew it weren't right for a child. And as well, you'd split up with him and didn't have your own home until you moved into your grandma's house, and you said yourself it was last minute. It came through just in time. that means to me, you were probably sofa surfing and maybe the child was living with him and you were coming and watching the child at his place or something whilst they were at work or something like that. So, you know, I was putting in the GL report, he's had custody of the child and they've been with him. Maybe there was a bit of that going on.
A drug den and to make completely bogus allegations that are completely false. I mean, obviously, like you all know, like I'm a healthy person. I take care of myself. It's just like, it's preposterous. So I don't even need to entertain that. But it's just the actual audacity and the spiritual corruption. But
I'm an healthy person. I look after myself, but I abandoned my child and went no contact because of my ailments that I have just said I'm not over yet. Callie, I just want you to stop tripping over your own tongue, love. Like, there's things you don't have to say out loud and people won't make judgments of, especially courts and GALs and stuff. Like, you're not getting good advice. I wish you'd get some good advice. I really do. I'm not wanting to actually bury you or fucking make you go under. It's the last thing I want, actually.
behind his actions that are sickening, in addition to him trying to drag and draw this, custody case out while actively withholding my child while we are in a battle and no one is aware that
She keeps saying my child as well. You can't, I don't believe she's taking in what she should be on these courses she's on because she's using language they deter her from using. And they tell her not to do this as well. Exactly. The guy has got a child full time. She claims he's in the court's pocket and all this, right? Why would you push your luck with that? If she wasn't, if she actually maybe put herself on the back foot and didn't think about her pride so much, maybe he'd let her see her kid on his birthday. And even if he doesn't, isn't it worth fucking trying? It's your kid, man.
he's been withholding the child, even though I've been trying to get my voice heard through motions, through proceedings, through my attorneys and everything. And I'm meeting with another one next week and everything like that. And he has intent for me to miss my.
Who's here not sniffed? Are you sure you're not sniffed with them wonky eyes? Because the wig glue is very much there. She puts her head to the camera quite. Yeah. The wig glue's there. Don't you worry, love. That's not gone anywhere.
My child's birthday, and there's nothing that anyone could tell me that I would ever deserve to miss my child's first birthday, especially when my child's being actively withheld from me. And I have continuously reached out, tried, gone through police. And yes, like I told you on my live stream, this is not like a crisis situation. This is just me sitting.
Yeah, so you've gone through police and police aren't helping you. Why? Because there's no active court order in your favour, Callie, because you didn't do it. What you did do is allow a man who isn't on the birth certificate to give you money and have the kid after you claim DV. No matter what happened before, you left him and he kept your kid when you abandoned them. That doesn't count because you give your child over willingly and you cannot claim. Oh, do you know how bad it makes you look to say he's doing all this stuff to you and then handing your kids over to him? That's not making you look better. I'd stop with all the accusations. Like, they may be real to you, but unless you've got concrete proof, like the videos you've shown, they're all before that. No police reports, no nothing. Like, you need, and it might be your truth, but it's not going to help you. It's going to make you lose your child and your relationship with them. It's going to be tainted forever.
My side and my facts and getting all of the ugly truth out there, regardless of what narratives are being spun, especially because a lot of people on my child's father's side, whether they're his friends, his family, whoever they are, they watch this channel. And I'm making this video for you all because it doesn't matter what narrative he spun to you guys. It doesn't matter what he said to you all.
He hasn't said anything to any of us, Callie. That's the fucking point here, love. He hasn't. He hasn't got a platform with 25k. He isn't coming online showing his arse. He's got all his friends, family, and work friends watching you, apparently. Take this shit seriously. It's your fucking child. You're 36. You ain't having 5 kids. You'll be lucky to have another 1 or 2. I'd focus on the one you haven't got at the moment, though. Yeah? Imagine if you went and got pregnant now and like started a family with this over you. Imagine what that child would think when it grows up. Don't keep the generational trauma going on.
It doesn't matter how you all continue to enable him and his toxic, horrible behavior, probably because you all are afraid of him too. Because I know that some of you all have tried to call him out before on certain things. And I know you guys see how he acts. And I know you guys are aware of how reckless he is.
How do we see? How do we know? I don't even know the guy's name. Don't even know his name. Callie only showed us good things apart from 2 clips, which happened way before she was relinquishing the child to him unsupervised. Like, mop your wise beyond your years, I love you. You guys, she thinks this is going to be played in court because court won't listen to her and GA won't listen to her and that. Like, I don't know this, guys. Hey, if you want to talk to me, Mr. X, you can as well. Like, but I think he's cleverer than that. He seems to have played the game to the most favourable rules, if you know what I mean. There's like the honest way, and then there's the what will get you through court way. Yeah, she's gonna have to co-parent with. At this point, right? She's never gonna get sole custody again of this child. Never. She's always gonna have to share, and it's more than likely going to be on his terms more than it. Like, he's probably going to be priority parent. It's not called that, but the main custodian, who, you know, that's probably going to happen for at least a few years. She's going to have to get used to not having her own way. And do you know what? He can put up as many berries as he wants, especially when she's calling him for his appearances and saying he's evil and saying he's corrupt, saying he's got paying people off and that. Like, even if it was all bloody true, that just makes it worse that you're saying it.
Yes. And I know that you all probably see what he's doing.
Should she help Rena? She shouldn't have full custody of the child. It's good there's someone in her life who's holding her accountable. And like, do you know what? The GAL is there for the child. Now, if she disrespects, it sounds like she's been ranting at him already, and they've just said, listen, let's keep things as clean and crisp as we can. I think they want a room with her that's recorded and everything because I think they think she's unstable. People live for it, Amy. They have to. Like, most of us are more self-aware than that. But yeah. Yeah, it says the judge knows his lawyer and his uncle knows the lawyer. And if you watch yesterday's stream, she said he's got a lot of money and he's been able to pay a lot of people off. Of course you can, Alex. I thought it was pinned at the top of the chat. I did put it in group chat as well. But yeah, of course you can. You're always welcome up.
And even though some of you may wonder, why am I not around? What happened? And what's going on there? Whether you are actively asking that out loud or not, I'm sitting here to your face telling you exactly what's going on, because there's no way in hell that anyone, I don't care who they are, thinks that it's right for me to miss my child's first birthday because they are so much of a pig of a human that they are fiending for control through custody because it's their last grip at a failed attempt to try to control me, my emotional state, and most importantly, my child's emotional state and my child's bond with me. Nothing will ever sever a mother's bond from her child, no matter how many forces, people, systems try to.
Have you heard this shit? Sorry, I'm going back a bit. I'm worried I missed something. Oh,
I don't care who they are, thinks that it's right for me to miss my child's first birthday because they are so much of a pig of a human that they are fiending for control through custody because it's their last grip at a failed attempt to try to control me, my emotional state, and most importantly, my child's emotional state and my child's bond with me. Nothing will ever sever a mother's bond from her child, no matter how many forces, people, systems try to get in the middle of that. Nothing can ever sever it, especially when the mother has always shown up for her child and been present for her child. And
always shown up for the child and been present for the child, except for when you went no contact with your own child. Like, Callie, the court is not going to let you get what you want whilst you don't admit your failings, yeah? Not turning up and going no contact with your own child are failings that the court are going to want you to take responsibility for before they allow you full access. Oh, sorry. Alex isn't up yet, but yeah, Alex, come up, please.
Child's father, whether you all who are watching me from his side or not are aware that he indeed took advantage of a moment when I was vulnerable, when I was sick, actively bleeding with a fever, right?
She's also told us that she did not tell him any details about why she went no contact because she's an abuse victim and it's a rule that you don't give him any health information.
And going through my fibroids dissolving.
1 second. Ooh. Here she is. Hello, darling. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
I just thought I'd come up here for a couple minutes. I've been in the chat, just chatting with everybody, and your coverage has been great on this. I feel like you're not being malicious at all. You're being very factual about covering what she's brought to the platform, right? And
yeah,
it's frustrating for me watching her do this again. And bring it's every time she has a friendship breakup or even a breakup, relationship breakup,
any relationship breakdown, yeah,
she has to come to the platform and get the validation from people telling her she's right or she whatever, when it's really nobody knows, because it's nobody. She was the one that was with Shane. She was the one that's with her child's dad. It's one side of the story. There's obviously more going on, right?
Yes, definitely. She's only giving her what she believes is the best version.
Yeah, and I
but
think
then we keep hearing things seep through, she's saying he's described it as a crack day, where then she says, my grandma's house needed help. It needed, so maybe it's just he found it unsuitable for his child to go to because he knew it needed a lot of work on it.
yeah, and none of us have seen any paperwork that says that that's what he's alleging. I don't know if he's alleging that.
Exactly.
It's
We don't know.
And also when our friendship ended, whatnot, it's she really I mean, I know how she is, right? I can only imagine the things that she said to him, and you know, like when our friendship ended, she all of a sudden was like, oh, well, you know, she's like parasocial friend, right? When that's never.
Yeah, and that was a joke, that, because you were there's being online and stuff like that. You just like dealt with your days together a lot of the time. Like you was around a lot and you was involved a lot, and your opinion meant a lot to her.
I mean, it did and it didn't, because, you know, there would be times where I'd advise her against things or whatnot. And she obviously, at the end of the day, she's going to make her own decision. And, you know, it's my choice as, you know, her friend, if I want to support her in that or not. And, you know, I chose to support her in that because I told her back when like all this first stuff started happening with like Jose, whatever. I was like, I will not leave you or, you know, abandon you like other people have. Because I was trying to show her like there are good people out there, you know, that are of their word and, you know,
Yeah.
what, but at the end of the day, it didn't even matter, right? Like,
But
you
yeah,
know,
you was disposable because her whole life was changing and she was going down a different path and didn't need YouTube anymore. And she was going back to Chicago and stuff like that, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And here she is, you know, and it makes me really sad, like as a mom myself, and like something that, you know,
As someone who really was a friend to this girl as well, woman.
and
You were.
I know how excited she was to have the baby. And, you know, she was like, you know, having problems with this guy, even like, you know, when she didn't know if she was going to have the baby, if she's going to keep it or what was going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can do this by yourself. You don't need a man, you know. And I feel like she thought that by not putting him on the birth certificate, it would make it so that he didn't have any rights. But once she started taking money for
Yeah.
the child, that established, you know, his.
Parental yeah, but the right for the court to assume he is the father because he was there through the pregnancy, through the birth, he's housed the child, and he's paid voluntarily support. She was thinking, yeah, I've not had to go to court and getting this money. That was a trap. But it's a trap she allowed herself to fall into.
And that's why, you know, the clip that I had shared yesterday that you'd played,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like I have a bunch of clips of Callie that I've taken because I really haven't even like
No,
watched
I
that much.
know. You don't do that because I have to tell you most of the time what's going on with Kelly.
Yeah. But
And I
like
don't even follow her closely.
when I saw that clip, I'm like, whoa, because of how she was saying it. I'm like, this is not like what you think it is. And I'd taken that clip thinking this, you know, if something does happen, this might be, you know.
Yeah, we know, like, we're literally dealing with court stuff all the time on YouTube.
Mhm.
My first instinct is to go to, like, God, imagine if this ended up in court, what'd happen? Like, imagine if this was shown to someone in a, you know, and she's like, I got my back, like,
Yeah.
and she's
Like,
winding him up.
yeah, and he knows that. I mean, you know, when she was, you know, pregnant, he like told her, "Don't stop ordering DoorDash multiple times a day." And she's like, "That's my right." Like she was really pissed about it. And I'm like, "Well, he's trying to like save, you know, you're not working. He's trying to save for like, you know, this baby that's coming. He's helping his mother. You know, he has, you know, a good job, but, you know, DoorDash is
Well,
fine."
as well, you've got to set a precedent with someone. Just because you've got money doesn't mean you can waste it.
Yeah.
People who have money have it because they're clever with it, and ordering DoorDash when you drive and stuff like that is not intelligent, is it? It's not how you're gonna keep your money.
No, it's not. And you know, but anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd come up for a little bit and we could finish watching this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What do you think about what he said about that? Do you think he said about hooking up?
Hooking up with what?
Right. When I played that clip where, you know, the second one where she was showing him drunk and he said, it's your fault I drink. And she went, what, you blaming me? Well, it's your fault you for hooking up with me while drunk. I think I fried Alex. Oh no, what's going on?
Muted. Sorry.
Oh, you muted. Oh, like, oh, have I lost signal?
Sorry. Oh, so what I was like just carrying on. What I was gonna say is that they both drink. Like they were both drinking. That was like something that was concerning, something that I talked to her about because You know, they were
Well,
drinking.
we were all like taking piss out of her for drinking all the time on stream and that, weren't we? Because you could tell
Yeah.
when she was drinking.
Yeah. And, you know, she would like do it openly sometimes on the stream. Like, I'm just having a glass of wine, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you
White
step back,
Claw. Didn't know what that were till Callie.
but they both drink. He drank, she drank. It's something they did together. When he went out to visit her in Massachusetts, they were drinking. You know, and then it continued on. Like, you know, when she had moved home, even they would drink, get in fights. Sometimes, you know, it turned physical a few times. And so, you know, I
Right.
told
See,
her,
she's not alleged anything physical at all on these videos, though. And you'd think she would. Or was it her being physical?
well, I mean,
Well, let's leave that, actually.
yeah, I don't want to,
I don't want to make you say things I know you don't want to say.
but I think it was like on both ends. I'm just going to say
Mutual thing going on.
mutual things going on. And, you know, she would get,
That's the only reason she wouldn't be using it now.
yeah. And so she's, you know, sitting here calling him an abuser and stuff like that. But you know, there's two sides to every story. And I know that he was very controlling. He's very like, you know, didn't really like want her having any friends. Like,
I
you know,
think he thought he was in the friend zone. And
yeah,
I think he wanted her more than she wanted him. And that concerned him.
yeah. I mean, I don't even think that, you know, like, yeah. Yeah. I don't think that he
So that
wanted,
made him paranoid that he weren't good enough and stuff like that. And I think she played on that. And
yeah,
she's also said she didn't love him and he's ugly and all this lot. So he probably had a point of feeling a certain way.
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I'm trying to look at that. So
But I can't admonish the guy because he did, you know, step up to the plate. And, you know, it seems like he tried to make the relationship work. You know, he's giving her child support willingly.
that's it. He's been around, hasn't he? She said herself they had a week on, week off thing. I can't imagine doing that under one for a start. That's weird.
For the kid. She said that
They had a personal agreement. He had the child 1 week and she'd have him another week.
that's strange.
But then he claims the child has always been in her possession. Now, when they split up, she didn't get anywhere to live for a little bit, did she?
I
She
mean,
said herself it was last minute.
yeah, and that's what the whole thing, you know, I'm trying to figure out, like, kind of the timeline with, like, her moving into her grandma's house and stuff like that. It's just like, and then even just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It was a couple of months after she announced about being a single mother that she moved into the grandma's house. And she'd passed by that time.
Yeah.
And she claims the house wasn't in a good way and it's his fault because he promised to help. But then he had to be a caretaker for someone else, didn't he?
Yeah. He has to, you know, his mom was in like a, like, you know, like a rehabilitation place, you know, for a substantial amount of time. And the idea was that she's going to go move in with him after, you know, and he did.
Callie didn't want to be around that, did she?
No, she didn't. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, my idea was, I guess that's not an ideal situation, right? But, you know, that's his mother. And, you know, if you love this person, you want to be with this person, you also care about the mom, you know, you'd care about the mom. And I know she'd gone and visited the mom and, you know, stuff like that when she's in the whatever other situation. But, yeah, these are like things you put up with in a relationship or you deal with or you work out.
Well, this is it. And she makes out she went to her grandma's house because she needed to help her family.
No, like,
Exactly. She went after her grandma had died, and she said it was a
no,
last minute saviour kind of thing.
her dad probably did not want her to bring the baby to his, you know, 1-bedroom apartment that she was staying at before. And
and as well, she said he didn't help her grandma fix the house up, and you know it had gone back downhill. because she was ill.
Yeah, but
Like,
he had so much stuff on his plate too. He just had a kid. He has to keep working.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to like stick up for him. I don't know this person, and things that I do know are like
They
not.
could be as bad as each other, but one person has shown himself in the court's eyes to be
Yeah,
superior.
these are all
They've
things.
done the right things.
She has to think about these things because this is how the court is going to look at it. So her doing all this is not helping her case. It's making it worse. And he can go on and he can say, look, she's done this with every single ex. What happens when she has a problem with the child? Is she going to go online and start talking about it? Is it safe for the child at that point? Like, these are all things that he's going to come up with in court that his lawyer's probably already working on. Like, I'm mad at her. I'm like,
She knows because she says at the end of it, I know my ex is watching, all his friends are watching, all his work friends are watching. I can imagine she's pulled up at work and tried to hand the baby off to him.
oh God. I mean,
I know people in my life who've done that when they're fed up with a fella. Like,
yeah,
they've turned up to work and just said, here you go.
I mean, she's like an attractive woman, right? Like, and I mean,
Yeah, she's not ugly.
she's more attractive obviously than he is. People are like, oh, here's this, your baby's mom is now, this like influencer. She makes it seem like maybe more than it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm
Yeah.
with her because she set herself up so bad in all of this. When you have a situation like that, like, when you're like co-parenting, whatever, if you don't completely trust the person, you're not going to want to do all these things that she did. Like, she knows how he
And
is.
she seems to think it's all an him to prove to her, but she doesn't realise she's on the back foot now. And
Yes.
the more she pushes against him, the more she does things like this where she's calling him a pig, calling him obese, she's making such a point that he smokes cigarettes. She can't even say he smokes drugs and that because she knows he doesn't.
And I know that she really like hated the cigarette smoking, and
Yeah.
he was like smoking in the house and stuff at one point, and she had told him like, you cannot smoke in the house when the kid comes and whatever, and
Well, yeah. Oh God, yeah. You can't smoke around a baby.
no, you can't.
You cannot be doing that, especially it's not even the mother doing it. It's someone else. It's the minimum you can do. But she hasn't alleged that actually. This is it. She's not alleging things that could actually help her. She's alleging stuff that she has no proof for, and it doesn't matter because she's handed over the kid after that fact.
Yes, and this is not like, Shane bullshit. Like, there's a kid involved now, Callie. You need to stop this shit.
And why was she more upset about bloody Shane than a kid?
That's a good question too. I mean, that's something that I, looked at too. And it's like, I know that she doesn't want to come out here crying because she knows that people are going to be like, whatever, but people are going to be like, whatever about this too.
But she didn't have to come out at all because no one was looking into her like that.
Nobody was.
Nobody at all.
She has all these, eyes on her, which rightfully so, because these are like all really like, emotionally charged topics for
It's
people.
crazy when they start watching her, when they start being able to use this shit in court. That's when she comes back and does all this. She clearly thinks she's pissed on her chips and she's no hope.
And then it makes me wonder, like, is she self-sabotaging, because I don't know that Callie really had like a mother, like a role
Well, she
model.
talks about her mum being schizophrenic and abusive towards her and that. And I always think she was closer to her father, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. But like, even, she's like,
I got it. Sorry.
she's like setting herself up in the same way that, you know, her childhood was, without saying too much.
Yeah, generational trauma. She's continuing the cycle. And she even talks about never wanting to do that to her own child. And I genuinely thought that wasn't going on. I really thought she got offline. She was focusing on being a mother. She weren't after that attention anymore. And then, as I watched that stream yesterday, it was like 20 minutes in or something. She divulged she's not seen a kid for 3 months. Not at one point up to that moment did I think, with the way she was behaving or what she was saying, was she going to say that?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's sad.
It's really sad. And I feel bad for her. I don't want anything worse for her. I want her to realise what she's doing,
Yeah,
because that's the only way she's going to help her child.
and she needs to.
Yeah. And like, even right, you can know someone's not right, but you can still help them. That's like a lawyer's job, isn't it? Right? Yeah. I know you think this, and this. I know you want to say this. Maybe don't. Maybe just don't. Let's pretend. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
move on from that and go to our aim and not do anything that can harm that path.
Yeah, and she's gonna have to learn how to co-parent with this man. I don't care if she doesn't like him, if she thinks he's
Nope.
fat.
He's probably going to have the upper hand for a long time now. And
Yeah.
unless she plays ball, he can come back to court and find her in contempt for stuff. He can bring back new motions. Like, she's trying to get a new restraining order on him on Monday.
And that's not gonna work. She's still gonna have to co-parent with him. That's gonna make it harder to co-parent if he's not okay.
She could really stop it so she can't even text him anymore.
Yes, and do you really? That's like the worst idea. Because I don't think that he's, like you
She
said,
won't get it. She got knocked back the last one. She said that yesterday. She's already had one.
on
And
him.
they said the arrest didn't exist. And she said he had it expunged, but you can't get violent offences expunged unless they picked him up and then he's got to the station, showed a video or something of it all being there, and they've just let him go. That could have happened.
Or is she just saying that because she wants people to be on her side and
Yeah, but
believe?
she said that to the judge.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, when she were going for the restraining order, and the judge said, "There's no record of this," and she said he had it expunged, but you can't get things like that expunged. But she said she dropped it as well, but that wouldn't expunge it either.
I mean, what the fuck is the story? Like, stop fucking around with shit. This is your kid. Like,
it changed so much. She needs to not have stories. She needs to have cold hard facts, right?
yeah,
Here's
like,
my medical records from this time. This is how incapacitated I were. Yes, I dropped the ball. I wasn't in the right frame of mind because of illness. Here's the proof of that illness.
exactly. And I mean, you know this as a mother, we don't get sick days. We don't get, days where,
Oh yeah, I've had to do school runs and I walked to do them, and I had to do them with broken ankles and everything. Like,
yeah,
you do what you need to do. You can't drop the ball. There's no, you're the parent. It's your job.
I've been like with a fucking throw up bag in my hand, like at the bus stop, like waiting for, to put my kid on the bus with like puking in a bag. Like there's nobody to fucking come and be like, oh, well, here, Alex, I'll do this for you. I'll do that. No, like I'm a fully single mom. That's just what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to stack the fuck up and do it.
That's it. I'm not a fully single mum. I have an ex-partner who very much in the dad role would do better than we used to. But there's certain times that are my times, and if I can't pick up this, it's my job to sort it out. I can't just put it on him.
Yeah, and
because he's got his delegated time. So I can't just go, oh, I'm ill, so you have to have him now. Unless I'm in hospital, then he would.
yeah, exactly.
So, but this is very, very sad. And it weren't something I ever wanted to cover. I just was so shocked yesterday. And I knew someone like Negs would cover it, just be a twat about it.
And that's the thing is Niggs's coverage of this was so fucking like dishonest. And he's like basically talking like, like it's like, oh, she got her child taken away from her and
How did
saying
it happen?
like, it's in court. It's like processing now. Is she with the child now? No. But, like there's more going on than just that. But he wants to like be like, see, I'm a single father and I did this and my child's mom was like, like bring it back to himself. And it's like, nobody gives a fuck. You're like literally about to go to fucking jail. Like, shut up.
He had no good takes. He had no insight. Like, at least I knew what a bloody GAL was and stuff. Yeah, I might be British, but I know something.
I know, the court stuff.
Yeah, it's what I like, and things stick.
Yeah.
So, like I say, in America, you can get a lot of access to stuff that in this country you just can't. So there's no point me trying to learn it as like a fun activity here because
Yeah.
I've not got the resources.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just, you know, I'm glad that you're covering this, be like honest about it, and like not, malicious, but this is like really a time where Callie needs to be like, okay, I need to put my child first, put me second, and she needs to learn how to do that, because I think that that's been really hard for her, because she thinks that she deserves everything. She's, I deserve this, I deserve that. No, your child deserves that. Your child deserves this and that and everything.
So
And
I'm trying to give her tough love.
yeah,
I want her to be better. I want her not to be in this situation, but I'm not gonna talk shit to her and lick her ass to get her there, because it's not gonna get her there. She needs to fucking face some facts. So I don't think she's gonna be that mad at my coverage. I know she watched it yesterday,
yeah,
and
watches
she
all.
wasn't mad.
And she needs to stop talking about her fibroids and stuff like that. Like, she's, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, you need to go just carry.
How many women have fibroids? How many women have issues with all the parts of the body? Everyone's dealing with something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And unless it's something like that's going to kill you, then people are they've got their own lives.
Yeah, exactly. None of this should be online. It should just be offline. She needs to put the kid first and
1,000,000%.
and learn how to co-parent.
Well, yeah, exactly. And she's going to have to, because, he's going to have more rights than her probably coming out. She's going to have to get her rights back bit by bit. Just like she says, it's a process month by month. She's going to have to do that. And her pride is going to get in the way of that. And imagine your pride getting in the way of seeing your child.
I can't.
I'd crawl through fucking glass to see him for an hour if I'd not seen him for 3 months.
Oh my God. I don't even know how she's doing it without breaking down crying. I really don't. Like, I would be unable to speak about this without breaking down if I were in that situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be proud about not doing so.
No. And the fact that she's not going to be able to see the child on their birthday, or like their first birthday. Really, it took a year. Like, Callie, come on. Like,
Yeah, well, her dates are all wrong. I think she's probably been without the child for about 2 months, not 3. I think she's over exaggerating, to get sympathy. And I know we're coming up soon to a bit where it says May 30th was when he messaged back finally and said he was withholding the child, right? So that would have been, she said she hit him up 2 weeks after not seeing the kid, yeah?
yeah,
And then saying finally, maybe it was a week, maybe it was a day or something like that, yeah? But at least 2 weeks before that, she stopped contact. So I can only see it being from like the 20th of, like the 20th of May.
yeah.
So I figure like 6 to 8 weeks she's been without the child. And like I said, she keeps giving away details and that.
Yeah, and this is how she digs herself into a hole, because she'll like say too much, but then even like if she is telling the truth, like she fucks it up. She just says too much. A lot of the shit should not even have been put out there.
It didn't need to be like this. No one were looking. It weren't going to be exposed.
No.
But just listen to this 1 minute while you're still here, love. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hear something now. Yeah.
Continuously improving. And even though my postpartum, like 1 year postpartum, is coming to an end, right? It's a blessing, but it doesn't make it necessarily easy to deal with, especially when I was spiking fever, so around 101, 102, when the bleeding first started. But I just need you all to really get it through your heads that during that time of vulnerability, he tried to default that custody case on me, and weaponizing my silence in that time when I went to go and take care of my health and all of that. And the moment I started checking back in and following
So did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right? He got it. Silence about
to
vulnerability
take care of
about
my health,
siren,
and
weaponizing her
weaponize.
silence.
Why would she? Yeah, like that's the other weird.
Weaponizing her silence to him and her child.
I mean, I'd be like, did they eat today? Did they, poop today? Like asking all the
But
questions.
that's her admitting she was totally off grid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then listen to this next bit again.
My silence in that time when I went to go and take care of my health and all of that. And the moment I started checking back in and following up.
The moment I started checking back in and following up.
Wow.
Right? What did he do?
To, pick my child up. He cut contact. And
so he cut contact when the moment she started checking up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But there was no contact until she started checking. So she cut contact weeks before that.
Yes. Yes.
And then she said, as soon as I contacted him about seeing my child, he cut contact.
He said, nope, you're not seeing this baby. Yeah.
But she'd done that. It wasn't him.
Yeah, but I mean, exactly. She did that when
Well,
she.
imagine saying that. It weaponized my silence. And when I started checking back in.
When I started checking back.
I can't believe that. It's
when I
like.
went to go and take care of my health and all of that. And the moment I started checking back in and following up to, pick my child up, he cut contact. And when he finally messaged me back on May 30th, he told me that he intends to withhold the child until the.
So he didn't cut contact with her when she started messaging him because she said he followed up on the 30th. So he just didn't reply to her,
Yeah, he probably had already gotten the lawyers involved. This is probably already somewhat planned on his part. And
well,
that's
she got served in December. They had a court date in January.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then she missed the court date because she gave so whilst this no contact thing was in place where she just went silent, they had a court date which she knew was served and a part of the case in already.
Oh my God.
And he had custody of the child and she didn't show. But she's saying there's one mediation appointment she didn't attend because she had the child. So that must have been before she gave it up. So 2 appointments minimum through the court missed before he she got the 3 strikes. I don't think it could have been anything else really.
Yeah, that's bad.
You don't do that.
No, you don't. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking doing that. She knows better than that. When the court sends you something, you fucking show up.
But she was still backing and forth in the child at that point. She should have known that it did.
There was no parenting plan in place. Like,
Yeah, and she thought she was winning because she had bloody money. She had money coming in without having to go to court about it.
Couldn't be me. That's all.
Whereas that factor alone probably made it so that he could establish parental.
I'm sure
right.
they had a lawyer the whole time, and that the lawyer has been advising him.
Yep.
And the lawyer said, okay, she, when they decided to act, when she was, sick, whatever the fuck happened, if she was sick, I don't know. But still, sicknesses would not keep most mothers from their children or even checking in to see how they're doing. They're not going to let a week go by and not check in. Like,
no. And she's claiming 2 weeks. She's underestimating that to make herself not sound as bad.
And if she's lying about this stuff, I mean, and if there is like court paperwork or whatever, it's.
Why do you think the JL doesn't want to talk to her, and the judge isn't listening to her and all? Why? Because this is what she's going to court with, conjecture that makes no sense and she's no evidence for and isn't relevant.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just looking at some timestamps I've got a bit bopping through because I'm getting a bit tired now, but I know there's one here. 10 minutes. She's so dramatic.
Regardless of what happens in the system, regardless of what happens, my truth lives here. My voice lives here. My face, my life, my everything lives here. He will not get away.
My everything lives here. What does she mean on YouTube?
Girl, just stop.
I know. Like, her everything should be a flipping child. She won't be here in this position if it wasn't. Oh.
Your truth and you're this, that, and the other. Nobody gives a fuck about your truth. They care about.
One gives a fuck about you because you brought a child into this world that you've abandoned and you need to bloody get your arse into gear to get back. That's it, innit?
Yeah, she needs to realize that nobody cares about Callie. This is not. Callie needs to stop being selfish and realize that the child is what people are going to think about. They're not going to think about Callie's feelings or how Callie's going to feel about it. They're going to think about the child and what is more stable for the child. What is in the best interest of the child. If you're playing stupid little games about, not contacting the dad for a week and, withholding, what was she, what was the terms that she used? Like weaponizing her silence.
Weaponizing her silence. And she claims 2 weeks, not one. Right?
What?
She even said he already had the kid, yeah? So bear that in mind, that he was having that kid 1 week on, 1 week off, according to her. So at the end of this 1 week, she then texted him and said, I'm dealing with some shit. I'll get in touch when I can. She said she did not divulge anything about her health because that would have put her in danger.
Okay.
So he didn't even have an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. She fucked up. And people can build themselves back up. I see people in family court all the time who've been lowest of the law, a lot lower than Callie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they get the kids back. They work at it. They prove themselves. She's got too big of an ego to think she has to prove herself because she's a victim.
Exactly. And that's what's going to end up doing, because it takes a long time. This is going to take a long time.
Yep, and every month it goes on, she'll add 3 months on to it, what she has to do. She's going to be doing contact centre, then supervised, then 2 hours a week unsupervised, then 1 day a weekend. She's gonna have to go through that process now because she didn't really do what she needed to do in the first place.
Yeah, she is, and this is
show up. Yeah. Let's see what timestamp I'm on. All right, something happens here now. All right, she's gonna make things a lot better for herself by giving shit to everyone in his life.
Away with this, regardless of what type of narrative he tries to spin. And for all of you, from his family to his friends to his mother, to all of you, his co-workers, people who falsely look up to him thinking that he's some good guy because he has the wool pulled over your eyes, all of you are enabling one of the most corrupt, evil, sick, twisted people in the world. And a part of you, I think some.
Callie, this man has your child, full custody of your only child. Are you kidding me? Talking like this on the internet about him when you're in court, please. Alex.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for 1 second. What?
Did you not hear that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. It's only like 15 seconds, yeah, but right. You this is the man who has her child, who has all the power at the moment over her child, and this is what she's saying about him and every person in his life, right?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He tries to spin. And for all of you, from his family to his friends to his mother, to all of you, his co-workers, people who falsely look up to him thinking that he's some good guy because he has the wool pulled over your eyes, all of you are enabling one of the most corrupt, evil, sick, twisted people in the world. And a part of you, I think some of you all are aware of it, and it's why you don't say anything. You all are.
Is that what you'd say about someone who has total, complete control over your only child?
No, not even if it was true.
That and you can tell she's just throwing it. Does she not realise this is going to be shown as evidence in court? Probably read out verbatim, so it sounds really bloody bad.
Yeah, I mean, imagine. I mean, they're gonna think. Yeah, this is
You're
not
going
gonna.
to think she's fucking off her tits.
Yes, they will, and they will probably. It will cross their mind as to.
Mental health evaluations, that puts another couple of months on it. And
Yeah.
then action plans because of mental health evaluations, because it will bring something up. Then her fighting against it because she's fucking normal.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's like, you think down the road, even like when the kid gets older, this is the things that she's going to tell the child. Is she going to make a toxic environment for the child by doing this stuff? I mean, we don't know what her ex is doing.
Is this the things her ex is going to show the child to prove why the mother isn't in the life anymore?
Probably, like, these are all
I
things
don't want that for
that
her. I don't want that for her. I know you don't.
she has to be smarter than this. She's
Mhm.
smart. She needs to take her emotions about him out of it.
Yeah, especially as he's going to have more power than her.
Yes, he's
And
already.
she's going to have to get used to it if she wants to see her kid end off. And she's going to struggle.
Yep, she will. She's going to have to shut up and just, do what she's supposed to do, as far as the courts are involved.
Yeah, she's just said that on a 25k platform. She might not get that amount of views, but she said it on the
God.
Yeah, now we're going to talk about a story moving in. Now, this is where I really want just your input. If you can stay around, don't worry if you can't.
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Doesn't mean that I'm not aware. And I know who my child's father is. I live with him. There was a reason why I stalled to move in with him. Like, what woman stalls to move in with the child of her father, like, what, a week before their baby shower? That screams red flag. And it's because of the way he treated me while I was pregnant. It's because of all the threats that he made that he has actually followed through on, all except killing me, right? All except that.
If that were true, why is she fucking handing the kid over to him
Mm-hmm.
for money?
Yeah.
But he's followed through on everything except for killing her. So the dramatics are not needed.
No,
the court don't want to see you this unstable.
No, and the fact that she's talking about him, unaliving her and all this stuff, it's like, well, he hasn't done it. He's in the court system. He's not going to be doing that now. Like, obviously, yeah, I don't think that this makes her look sane or
No.
well.
It does, and this is a follow up after an emotional live yesterday. This is a pre-recorded. Right, I'm going to clear everything up today.
No, and she keeps making it worse. This is reminiscent of what she did with Shane. In every video, I was like, stop, like, just stop. This is the last one I'm gonna do. This is the last one. This is my last truth. I'm gonna tell. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it reminds me of. She's gonna do another video after this, even to clear even more, and it's just gonna keep digging her hole deeper.
Well, do you know what? I wish you'd come and talk to me. Not like I can make her life better, but I'm not going to steer her in any bad direction, put it that way.
No, and I know that if she did come to talk to you, you're not going to be coming over on your channel and, like, blasting.
She didn't want it there, no, but I have got some sense in my head and I do know some stuff, and I could help her if she's willing to listen and talk. And if she wants to come on my channel to say something, she can do that as well. Yeah,
I don't think has any ill will, towards her or whatever. A lot of us are frustrated because I know that a lot of people were like rooting for her.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds like we were rooting for you, right? But like a lot of
that's
people,
it. It's like, I can't believe you fucked us like this, Callie. We wanted everything right for you. Bloody left you alone.
Yeah, left her alone to, have her child, have her whatever. She's making her little content, whatnot. Oh, the other thing I want to say that's going to not be very good in court is the fact that she posted a picture of her holding the child. She posted the side of,
Yeah, I heard you say that on the AK stream last night. So she's unredacted as well.
yeah.
Because usually she puts something over the head, right? And
I
that's since she's not got custody as well. That's fuck it. You can't, no,
know
that's bad. That
that's
she won't have permission to do that. She can't even see kid.
no, and I feel like she did that as like a, well, fuck you, I'm gonna put him, the kid, whatever, on here because, you can't tell me what to do. But that's gonna look bad too
Well,
because
she's being told what to do and being restricted already. You don't push that stuff.
no, you don't. And like I had a feeling that eventually she was gonna do like an unveiling because she kept getting closer and closer to like showing the kid, showing like a shadow of the child. And I'm like, I was telling like, hey, I'm like, she's gonna show that
Literally Gypsy Rose Blanchard in it, because she's done the same. Kept hiding kid in that, and then like more and more posting the actual kid's face out and that after saying she'd never use a kid for content.
No, but she did though. Like she did.
Like, listen to this little bit here. All right. She's in Delulu land. She needs to sort herself out quickly.
Most importantly, how I have been there for, especially when I've always shown up for my child, especially when I've had programs like Kids Above All.
So she's always shown up for a child, but she's not with a child at the moment.
There for my child, especially when my family has been there for not only me and my child, and my friends have been there for me and my child, but most importantly, how I have been there for myself and my child.
Most importantly, I've been there for myself and my child. Right, well, she abandoned the child. That's how she's lost the child. She didn't show up for court and mediation. But look, at the smile on her face, when I've shown up for myself.
Oh my God. This is like the poster of like what you should not do in family court. Watch some of those fucking episodes, Callie. If you're listening, watch some of the family court things that they have.
Stop watching NarcTube and shit. Stop watching all that fucking self-help bloody manifestation crap.
Yeah.
And watch some procedural fucking information of what you're about to go through.
No, because I've watched a lot of that, and I spoke about like a situation with a friend of mine that was like an overly actually abusive situation where her fucking ex held her down on the floor with the pew pew to the head in front of the kids, like, and that man is not allowed to see the kids whatever until they're over 18. The youngest kid is like 3,
and that's if you do things proper. They're the outcomes you'll have. You have to have clean hands, and you have to show up, and you have to comply. You have to respect the court.
Yes, and he didn't. The dad didn't, and like whatever. But she still, even though she has a restraining order on him, she still has to see him because he keeps fighting, the child support stuff, whatever.
Yep.
And she still
next trick.
Yeah, she needs to start watching those things and stop talking about she's like some abuse victim from her ex. Like she needs to just take
because you ain't got proof for it, Callie. So it's going on deaf ears no matter what you went through. I know myself, especially when you let things keep happening, you keep them to yourself. You don't tell family, don't tell because you're embarrassed, yeah? I get it. So things could have happened to you that you've not reported, but the fact is, you've no evidence. And you've handed your kid over after all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it goes from when court started, basically, because that's when courts had their eyes on the situation.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to Yamino and hi to Mango Kush and Starry Night. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I've been really crap with my chat because like when I've got someone on, it's like I'm on phone and I'm just talking away to my mate.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh no worries. Right now, right. I swear I'm very nearly at the end of my timestamps, if you can hold on.
Hey, Kay. I hopped up here for a few minutes.
Oh, hey, Kay. Hello, darling. I look forward to yours and Alex's coverage of Hussy's fucking shit show today.
Oh, girl, I was recording that shit. I just uploaded it a little.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Please cover it. Maybe put a link in chat when I finish, which is soon.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe we'll go live tonight. I don't know. I haven't talked to AK yet, but if she's
It's at nearly 12:30 in the morning here.
Oh my God, I know. You're
I went till 1:30 yesterday. But yeah, right. I've got a couple of. This is the best thing today, though. I've got timestamps so I can choo down the road.
Did she delete the last one that she did, the live stream that she did?
Pardon? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, did she delete the live stream that she did yesterday?
No, I've just been playing it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wants it up. She wants it covered. She's pretty much. I think this is like, the stuff I said that she seems to have responded to me in this. So I think she didn't mind the response I had, but wanted to correct some things, which at the beginning I did.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to be fair to her and like Queen of Receipt, show him, and I'll happily. Oh, Ron Stone Shy as well. I'll happily put anyone's side across because I just like to know stuff. I'm not bothered where it leads me as long as I know the truth.
Yeah, and Callie, if you're listening, my number is still the same as it was. So if you want to reach out, I will talk to you about this because you need help.
Yeah, and I'd advise that because I know Alex has got your best interest at heart, and I know for a fact she's never gone behind your back about anything. She really hasn't. So I've got, on these last couple of timestamps, so this one, I'll put wow, so it must be right. Right, this is her kind of taking accountability, but then watch how she does it.
I understand that I needed to learn these lessons so I can never choose a sick person like this ever again. But at the same time,
A bit.
Things look or whatever. And from a mindset standpoint, I am consciously aware that all of this is not happening for no reason. I understand that I needed to learn these lessons so I can never choose a sick person like this ever again.
Oh, I thought she was nearly there then. I
Mm.
understand I needed to learn these lessons. And then blame someone else. Put it all on them. The court will not allow this lack of accountability, no matter how much she wants to. She said it before, I prefer criminal court because you can just say things there. But when it comes to kids, they're a bit more meticulous and they want evidence, a lot more of it.
Yeah. Family court is not criminal court.
It really bloody isn't. I bloody love it. It goes crazy. The amount of turns you can have in family court is mental. It really is mental. So, like, no self-awareness here at all. Because why? Why should she bother when she ain't got a kid? And what's this?
The mother of this type of thing, this doesn't happen with men who actually have integrity and actually have a sense of spirit, a sense of soul, and a sense of self. It's people who hate themselves who do shit like this that my child's father is doing. It's people who have spiritual rot who do things like this that my child's father is doing. It's people who are spiritually and emotionally bankrupt and so corrupt that their only grasp at feeling whole as a person is the illusion of control that do shit like this. And that
This man has custody of her fucking only child. Callie.
Just the word salad bullshit. Like, what does that even mean?
Calling him corrupt, calling him oh, he's got your kid, he's got your fucking kid. He's got you by the balls.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what she thinks about him. What matters is what the court thinks about him.
Yeah, no paper. I think he probably has had the kid more than her because I think when she moved out, she probably saw for a bit and was maybe going round, looking after the kid when he was at work and stuff like that. And then moved into her grandma's house in the nick of time, as she put it. But we seen, do you know how she was decorating and that? Then, well, everything was fucked, weren't it?
God.
It weren't good. This is bad. This is some mega bullshit, Callie. Before I even play it.
Do if I find it necessary. And that's exactly why I'm making this video. Never be this, but I only have everything to gain. All right. And
Wait, she has nothing to lose. She only has anything to gain by doing this, right?
especially in regards to my intentions, when I'm standing right here, I'm right here. Okay. My truth is right here. I'm hiding from no one. I have nothing to lose, but I only have everything to gain. All right. And standing in my truth unapologetically is something that I will never be afraid to do if I find it necessary. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because regardless of how drawn out this process is, regardless of what happens from here, those of you who will be celebrating my child and my child's father's birthday, because yes, their birthday lands on the same day, which is another reason why he's trying to hoard that day from me intentionally, because he wants to feel important too. I really
Because he wants to feel important too.
These little digs that she's making are weird.
It's like, my child, my this, my that. You want to keep him from me because you want to feel important too. On his birthday, on his child's first birthday, he wants to feel important too. So what's her intention to not let him be a part of it? If she had that kid now, do you think he'd be near it? No.
No.
So why would he, until the court issues an order, hand over that child when he's not going to see that child again until another order's issued? It don't make sense, but wow. How fucking petty is that?
Because yes, their birthday lands on the same day, celebrating my child and my child's father's birthday, because yes, their birthday lands on the same day, which is another reason why he's trying to hoard that day from me intentionally, because he wants to feel important too.
He wants to feel important too. I can't get over that. That's wrong. Like,
yeah.
If he was saying this to her.
I mean, he is important because he's the child's father.
Exactly. And who's been looking after him?
And he's been in the child's life.
He has. He was there at the birth. He was there in the pregnancy. He was there after the pregnancy. She said it was a bi-weekly thing. So he's been having parenting time full weeks at a time. And then she'll bugger off and not get in touch for weeks. Like, he stepped up and he paid her to do that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm sorry, but I mean, you know, in my opinion, just going by the facts that have been given, I mean, he seems like he's been a decent father in that regard.
Well, the court, regardless of her allegations, has found him fit enough, without being on the child's birth certificate, to look after it solely. What? Alex, you watch it, don't you? Watch Child Court.
Yeah.
Why the fuck has she not got 2 hours in a centre? She either didn't show up or she threw a fit about only getting offered it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, there could be some aspects of her thinking that, you know, she has a family member that's an attorney. They'll fix it for me. They'll clean it up for me. But
she said that attorney only got brought in, and she said as well, because she really fucked up. And they only got brought in when the GAL got brought in, and that's very recently. And this has been going on since December. And they've had 2 mediation and at least 3 court dates. And she's turned up minimum for not 2 of them.
Oh my God. Yeah.
She hasn't got a fight. Callie, you have not got a fighting chance if you're bringing up anything that happened before the last time you passed over your child to him willingly.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna hop down.
I've got one more timestamp and I'm done anyway. Yeah.
thank you for letting me come up.
Well,
And
no, thank you for coming up. You know a lot more about this than me, but again, I've not come to you and asked you any details about this.
no, and nobody has. Nobody has. Not even
Because we all know your integrity is more than that.
Yeah, and
I don't want to put you in a position.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I think that AK and I are probably, I saw her in the chat, she said that she's down to go live. So I'm going to talk to her. I think we'll probably go live around the same time we did last night, if she's up for it. So thank you, Nikki, for having me up.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's been great to have you up. I'm sorry, everyone, that I've neglected the chat a bit. I'm still bloody learning, aren't I? I'll get there.
You're doing so good. Like, you're doing great. Running a stream is hard. Like, I still haven't ran any streams. Like, because
it's weird talking to yourself, when the stream starts up and it's just me. I'm like, it's weird. I feel like I'm going Callie.
No, you're doing great. So I'm sure I'll be up here again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Last time, stand people, and then I'll be leaving. All right. Thank you, babe. Thank you. Bye. So we'll just take this last one because I'm knackered.
Continue speaking and standing in my truth for as long as I need to and as long as I see fit. And these videos will stay up, okay, for as long as they need to. And the day that you see my live stream and this video taken down is probably the day that I'll seek justice. But for now, my justice lives here as my justice continues to unfold in the system. And as my attorneys and everyone, my family, my loved ones, even the police and everything have my back on this, along with my program, Kids Above All. I know who I am. No one is going to diminish who I am and who I've always known myself to be. No one is going to do that. No one is going to take my integrity from me. No one's going to make me doubt my self-worth or my sense of self ever again. I hit rock bottom in Massachusetts in 2022.
Sorry, love. The minute you went no contact with your own child and lost custody of him, that's rock bottom, babe. Don't ever compare what happened with you and fucking Shane to what is going on with your kid. That is fucking disgusting. I will call you out on that's wrong. That is wrong. That is uncomparable, especially if the abuse you claim is real.
And I promised myself that I would never be dragged there again. So the fact that my child's father is making all of these attempts is just showing me how far I've come and how far I'll continue to go. I love you.
Hashtag winning. And on that bloody bombshell, I'll see you later, bitches.
What exactly is your problem with females? Can it clip it? We might need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon a court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, la, 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 lie, lie, lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi does it with that ugly, wonky-eyed face. It's all about to crumble. We'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and you'll definitely fumble. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi doesn't with that ugly, wonky-eyed face. It's all about to crumble. We'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and we'll definitely fumble. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How exactly is your problem? Female. Can't equip you, we gonna need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon the court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face. Well, Gigi doesn't, with that ugly, wonky-eyed face.